2024 season where the New Waverly Bulldogs are set to kick off a brand new chapter in their football legacy. Last year was a season of highs and lows, with the Bulldogs finishing 4-7 overall and 4-2 in District 12 3A, securing a strong third-place finish. They fought their way into the playoffs, but their journey was cut short with a tough loss to Dangerfield in the opening round. But that was last year, and this is a new team with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. The offseason has been a game changer for New Waverly as they've been putting in the work in their brand new field house, a state-of-the-art facility that has given these athletes the tools they need to excel. With 18 seniors at the helm, this team has grown in strength, skill, and unity. These young men have been in the trenches, lifting weights, running drills, and sharpening their mental and physical toughness. They've come together as a team driven by the desire to exceed last year's performance and leave a lasting mark on this season. Tonight, the Bulldogs face a familiar foe, the Teague Lions, a team that handed them a stinging 27-0 loss on the road last year. But make no mistake, this is not the same New Waverly team that took the field last season. These Bulldogs are hungrier, faster, and more disciplined, with a chip on their shoulder and something to prove. They've been sharpening their claws all off-season, and they're ready to sink their teeth into the Lions. It's not just about getting revenge, it's about setting the tone for the entire season, showing that Bulldog football is a force to be reckoned with. The Bulldogs have a clear goal in mind: to dominate the line of scrimmage, control the pace of the game, and leave no doubt about who the better team is tonight. They've got the strength, they've got the speed, and most importantly, they've got the heart to go all the way. The roar of the Lions may have been loud last year, but tonight, the Bulldogs are here to drown it out with their relentless drive and determination. Get ready for a thrilling, hard-fought battle under Friday night lights, because the New Waverly Bulldogs are back, and they're ready to unleash everything they've got. It's time to show everyone what Bulldog football is all about. From SHN Sports, this is New Waverly Bulldog football, presented by Walker County Federal Credit Union. Welcome to the Three Spoons Yogurt Countdown to Kickoff on the Bulldogs Broadcast Network. Now, let's head to the Hit Solutions broadcast booth at Bulldog Stadium in New Waverly, Texas. Alongside analyst Ed Watto, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Rob Hitt.
Well, welcome to a brand new season of New Waverly Bulldog football. Last year's challenges are in the rearview mirror, and this team is ready now for a fresh start. After finishing 4-2 in District 12 3A, the Bulldogs have spent the offseason working harder than ever in their new field house, with 18 seniors leading the way, not to mention the largest offering of athletes in Bulldogs history. They've grown stronger, faster, and more determined to make their mark this season. Tonight, they face the Teague Lions, but these Bulldogs, they're not the same team as last year. They're ready to prove it on the field. And to our incredible New Waverly fans, get ready to cheer loud and proud, because the Bulldogs are here to make a statement and to kick off the new season with a bang. From the piney woods of the Sam Houston National Forest to the rolling hills, the fertile Blackland prairies, and landmarks in between, wherever you are tuning in tonight, this is New Waverly Bulldogs football, where champions take the field. Well, friends, a pleasant good evening. It's good to be back here in the Hit Solution broadcast booth. I'm Rob Hipp alongside the Ed Watto, and we're welcoming you into the Three Spoons Yogurt Countdown to Kickoff. And a new season presenting sponsor this year, a huge shout out to our friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union. Well, just like a good team, a great treat requires quality and variety. That's what Three Spoons Yogurt brings to the table with their self-serve frozen yogurt and an array of delicious toppings. For winning combinations, visit Three Spoons Yogurt in Huntsville. So fans, settle in for an East Texas showdown where Bulldogs football, it's not just a game, it's the heartbeat of our community. Go Bulldogs! As I just mentioned, broadcast coverage this season presented by Walker County Federal Credit Union, your full-service community credit union. Well, here we are, Ed. The gang is back, and we are ready for another season of New Waverly Bulldog football. A beautiful night here tonight. Rain was threatening early. We'll see if it plays any type of a role. The field's still a little bit wet down there. But, brother, it's good to be back in the booth with you.
Rob, it's great to be here. There is excitement all around the stadium as the fans are trickling in and the flags are blowing kind of out of the south to the north. Cheerleaders are on the field right now.
We're about 26 minutes or so until kickoff here at Bulldog Stadium in New Waverly, Texas. Ed, I wanted to dig in right away. It's a new season, new opportunity. Just mentioned maybe the largest offering of athletes that New Waverly has had here at the 3A level. kind of your thoughts heading in as we look back at last season. Before we look at this season, your thoughts on last season?
Yeah, so ultimately you've got to start off with a good deal of truth-telling, right? So last season started off really, really tough. 4 losses straight, but then got into district play. One of those losses was to Teague. Ultimately, season was really respectable from the fact that they found their rhythm once they got into district play. 4-2 overall, lost to Dangerfield in the first round of the state playoffs.
We look at so many changes in this offseason. We'll talk personnel and players in a little bit on our pregame with Coach Sha, presented by Cabins and More of Texas. But a beautiful new indoor training facility. You're on the school board. You saw some great things happen along with many others that had that vision. This is now reality. And at the 3A level, a state-of-the-art facility really for these athletes to be able to practice indoors. How much of an impact is that going to have as the season goes on?
I think this has an immediate impact. I think the community, if you pay taxes in New Waverly, you should be really proud. If your kid goes to school here, you should be really proud of this. The impact is immediate. Everybody is already using it. There's weight equipment across the board. All of that strength training is available to help athletes, to help them get bigger, faster, and stronger and prevent injury.
Ed, we talked a little bit earlier. The sunshine is out there now, but, we saw some rain earlier, a few drops. Those storms are kind of dodging all over East Texas. Doesn't look like we may have that in the forecast. Very slight chance. Don't know if it'll happen. We know the field conditions out there. You can see the water on the field where things have kind of started to dry up a little bit, but you can still see some dampness. Obviously, the running game may be the main focus tonight. How's that going to impact this ball game?
So 2 years ago, a lot of these same kids for both squads played in an ultra sloppy and soupy night on this field. This field has been repaired since that time. That game was a problem, creating a lot of ruts for the rest of the season. So the impact for tonight is, hey, this is a fast team in Teague. They got a lot of speedsters, and this is a natural grass surface. I think that will impact them. New Waverly and Teague will both have to take care of the football down the field. I expect to see more running because of it, though.
Partner, looking into this one, what did you do this summer? What were you up to this summer?
Oh, this summer, what was I up to? We were Brody Watto, who happens to be my wonderful son on this team. He attended a bunch of camps all across the country, but mostly in the Northeast, and quick little family vacation up to New Hampshire.
Awesome, man.
And to the Frio River.
Well, that's good, man. Well, it's good to be the cold river. We need the Frio, the cold. We need a little bit of that here. Well, it's going to be a good night tonight. Our second year here on SHN covering New Waverly as we get started. A big shout out to Coach Schaub as well. We appreciate his accessibility and all the other coaching staff here. Also, real quick, Kevin Edney said that I had something to correct. We were on the coaches show on Thursday. Kevin said, Ed took credit for the red velvet ice cream coming. He mentioned something else about, how I gave Coach Schaub credit for finding you. He just wanted to set the record straight and say, Rob, remember, I was the one that connected you to Ed, and let Ed know I was the one that got the ice cream over here.
Well, Rob, that's interesting. I woke up this morning, and I think I had 3 pages of notes of how I can be a better broadcaster from Kevin Edney.
Oh, that's great. I told him I was going to give him a hard time, and I said, I'll take it out on Ed to get started. So, Ed, in my book, you did all that, so it's all good, brother.
We can fight over the ice cream truck. But if you're not here, there's lots of people that are from far away that are listening to this broadcast, so they can't benefit from the ice cream. But if you're local, you want to get ice cream from the Redbird Creamery.
Is the Watto camp listening from states afar tonight?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We've got Wattos in New Hampshire and Kentucky and I think Pennsylvania listening, and we've just been getting the link out to them via text. But, all of these kids have somebody. Last year we had even people overseas. I think Devin Wilson, somebody had folks from up in Connecticut. The Henrys had somebody up in Colorado who actually are here tonight. So we reach a lot of people, and that's the goal, is to really spread what these kids are doing. Hopefully we have some coaches that might have tuned in, because there's a lot of college prospects on both sides.
Awesome. Well, we'll take a quick break. New Waverly Bulldogs football on the Bulldogs Broadcast Network continues in just a moment. Coming up, though, you'll hear from the unsung heroes who play a crucial role in molding champions on Behind the Bulldogs, and we've got a special treat for you on that one. Stay with us. More to come as we continue on. This is New Waverly Bulldog football, again, on the Bulldogs Broadcast Network. Stay with us.
Waverly Bulldogs football fans, looking to beat the heat? Three Spoons Yogurt in Huntsville has got you covered. Located at 1524 11th Street in Huntsville, Three Spoons Yogurt is the proud supporter of your very own New Waverly Bulldogs. With a mouth-watering selection of flavors and a rainbow of toppings, Three Spoons Yogurt offers the perfect treat for any Bulldogs fan. Don't miss out on any of the frosty fun. Follow them on Facebook at Three Spoons Yogurt Huntsville TX for all the latest scoop. So when you're craving something cool, remember, the only thing cooler than the yogurt at Three Spoons is being a New Waverly Bulldogs fan.
Welcome back to the Three Spoons Yogurt Countdown to Kickoff. Time to go backstage with Bulldog football. This is Behind the Bulldogs. Here's Rob Hipp.
Welcome back to a new season of Bulldog football and a fun time where we get to chat on our segment here on Behind the Bulldogs. And I thought, what a better way to start out this season than to talk to a former Bulldog himself, now in Waco, Texas. It is our good friend Dylan Sha. Dylan, how's it going, man?
How's it going? It's good to be here. I appreciate you texting me. Like, it's a cool little thing I get to do.
Well, I wanted to talk to you because you played at New Waverly. Now you got a unique position. Your dad's the coach, Dean Sha, but you had to go out there and earn it. You're at Baylor now. What was the days of high school like for you playing at New Waverly? That's where we'll start with this conversation.
Okay, so, I mean, to start off with, your dad's a coach. Can't make too many mistakes because the guy is right behind you. A lot of the times, the mistakes, can't make a lot of mistakes because, he was there a lot. But, going to a small school where it's kind of expected to play both ways, that, practice is going to be tough, especially with conditioning. And then you got to, every Friday night, the entire town's there. And kind of your position in the high school kind of, for better for worse, kind of deemed about how you played at Friday night. But, it was a good experience for me. Like, I graduated with 60-some kids, and, everyone knows everyone in the town. So, you're a big star, to put in better words, but, everyone kind of knows you. And so in that, it was a blessing for me to do the things I was able to do. And then every Friday night I got to stand up for the town and my community, and especially with my family. My dad's being a head coach, it was an awesome experience. And playing with my middle brother at the time, it was a good experience. And I didn't take it for granted because I knew but other than that, it was like really good.
It's awesome to talk to a young man that comes from a program in high school in a small community. It's a 3A school. You don't get to hear a lot about guys from 3A heading to a D1 program, especially one with such prestige as Baylor. What was that experience like for you when you found out, man, I get to go to Baylor?
Oh man, I think for one, I couldn't have done anything without God. I think with that, you don't hear about it a lot because it doesn't happen a lot. And I think I was put in a position, thankfully enough by God, that I was like, hey, I can do this. And for me, the reality to my dream didn't start coming true until about end of my junior year. And I remember thinking this could kind of happen, because I'm talking to a couple schools, and you told me as a freshman that, hey, you're going to Baylor, I wouldn't have believed you. But I think just about the hard work that I was able to put in, the hours that I was able to spend with my guys, it didn't just happen. It definitely didn't just happen. It wasn't just overnight. I grew and I got better. It was steady. Just keep working, keep grinding, and eventually you're going to get there. And for me, that's kind of what just happened. It steadily built, and in that it was awesome opportunity for me.
Do you feel, Dylan, like you get to be an inspiration? I mean, you are, but do you feel that? Do you ever recognize Man, I'm here at D1. I'm playing for Baylor, and kind of that role now that you have to mentor, maybe go back to the high school level, mentor some of those guys from time to time. Do you ever think about that role and that responsibility you have?
Yeah. Like when I go to, like this past winter after my freshman year, like I went to the elementary school, and it's like everyone knows your name, and you don't really kind of notice that because like it's a normal thing, you know. Like I've been playing football my whole life. I've been going to Baylor for a year. Like this isn't anything new to me. But you go back to community, it's like, wow, like not a lot of people have done this. You're right, and a lot of people need someone to look for. I don't want to say that I want to be humble in this situation, but like when I was going through high school, like I never had that guy like, oh, I want to be like him because he's at that D1 level. But for me, I guess it's very honoring that I can be the person to say like, hey, I can go against the grain and I can say that I've done something special that not a lot of people have been able to do.
Dylan, you're a year in now over at Baylor. Your long snapper teammate went down last year. So I guess you can kind of say you were thrown into the fire, so to speak, playing in 8 games. What did you learn through that first year, and what are you really looking forward to as this new season gets underway? I mean, you guys are going to play tomorrow night versus Tarleton.
I was kind of thrown into the fire a little bit. Like I definitely didn't expect to play as much as I did. And when I was given the reins, it was kind of, hey, you know, you train for this. It's not like this football thing is new to you. Even if you're playing on a scale where you're playing in front of 60,000 people, like football is football. And I think throughout high school, like having the coaches I had, my dad, my family, like it kind of just built into me like, hey, regardless of the situation, like you've got to just perform. And against all odds, whatever happens situation-wise, like you just got to perform. And when he went down, I was sad. Like we prayed for him, but I was like, this is an opportunity for you to show what you're made of. And after that first game, I was like, you know what? After the game, I was like, I know I can do this. Like I had a lot of maybe some doubts in me, but after that, it's like I've learned that you gotta sometimes proving things to people. Yeah, that's cool, but you gotta prove it to yourself first because you're the only one out there when it's between those sidelines, and that's a huge thing I had to learn. And looking forward to this year, like I'm excited to see what Baylor can do after a tough season we had last year, and kind of just keep molding me as a player and steady, just keep grinding and keep working, and eventually, like the bigger dreams, maybe like league or whatever, can just happen. But I got to take it day to day.
Finally, New Waverly's got a special place in your heart. What's a message that you want to send back, not just to your community, but to the young student athletes that are coming through the program right now?
What I'd say, like when I was younger, like I would want to hear like work, like hard work, you know, but like hard work, not just like you lifting with your guys and like the athletic period, like lifting where no one sees you, where you're going to be alone at times. There's a ton of times where I was in the weight room by myself. I was on the field by myself. And, you know, you invite guys and some guys don't want to come because some guys aren't as committed as others. But understand that being at the top, I know it's like cliche, but being at the top, it gets kind of lonely. And when you're in that position, like you just got to keep putting your head down and work because eventually, like the dreams you have will come true. You just kind of keep picking at the stone, and eventually, like you're gonna find diamonds. And when you find that, just keep going because there's more to come. There's more to fight for, and eventually, like you're gonna break through. And it's just work. That's all it is. It's just work to keep putting in day after day, hour after hour.
Dylan, before you go, I know you got to get rushing here in just a few moments. Can you give us a bulldog bark real quick?
Hoo, 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 hoo.
There may be people sitting around like, what's this guy doing right now, man? But
yeah,
hey, well, we appreciate you. I know, getting that opportunity last year after your teammate went down and, playing those 8 games, and a lot more on the way for you, young man. Thanks for being here with us and for helping us kick off the season here on our broadcast for New Waverly. Thank you so much, Dylan.
Thank you. Y'all have a nice day.
All right. That'll wrap it up here with Dylan Sha on Behind the Bulldogs. We'll have more as we continue our 3 Spoons Yogurt countdown to kickoff. Hello, New Waverly Bulldogs football fans. Looking to beat the heat? Three Spoons Yogurt in Huntsville has got you covered. Located at 1524 11th Street in Huntsville, Three Spoons Yogurt is the proud supporter of your very own New Waverly Bulldogs. With a mouth-watering selection of flavors and a rainbow of toppings, Three Spoons Yogurt offers the perfect treat for any Bulldogs fan. Don't miss out on any of the frosty fun. Follow them on Facebook at Three Spoons Yogurt Huntsville TX for all the latest scoop. So when you're craving something cool, remember, the only thing cooler than the yogurt at Three Spoons is being a New Waverly Bulldogs fan.
What will be the impact of the game? We're on top of it. Now, let's head back to Rob Hipp.
Back here, friends. Thanks for joining us on this edition of New Waverly Bulldog Football, and welcome back to Three Spoons Yogurt Countdown to Kickoff. Walker County Federal Credit Union is our season presenting sponsor, your full-service credit union, and Three Spoons Yogurt, where Bulldog fans come to chill. Well, Ed, I don't think heat is going to be a problem here tonight. You know, we talk about the impact of the game. It is a little warm out there on the field, but these kids are used to this. You and I were talking a little bit earlier, and I'll let you expand on this, but you go up against a Teague team last year. It was the second week of the season. We're on the road. It was a 37-0 shutout. So I think in this one tonight, you really just have to get started early, find a way to get on that board early, and put Teague down early on in this one.
Yeah, this is a very good Teague football team. They're picked to win their district. And notice, this is New Waverly is playing up to the next level in these first 4 games of the season. So they're playing bigger schools with bigger student enrollment. The impact of the game really is going to be, I think, the offensive and defensive lines. That New Waverly offensive and defensive line playing angry as a junkyard dog, playing low and explosive, and getting whatever they do right. Really, those 3 things, those are probably the biggest impact in getting on the scoreboard early.
All right, we're going to take another quick break because we're about 9.5 minutes until kickoff. Want to take this break, though. We'll have pregame with Coach Sha, brought to you by Cabins and More of Texas. When we come back, this is New Waverly Bulldogs football on the Bulldogs Broadcast Network.
And now it's time for pregame with Coach Sha, brought to you by Cabins and More of Texas. Find your perfect space with Cabins and More of Texas. Visit CAMOTX.com today. The following is an excerpt from our Bulldog Nation Coaches Show that we have every Thursday at the Fieldhouse. You can come in person or you can watch that show online at youtube.com/SHN Sports. And now, here's Coach Schaub.
Coach, give us the preview. How has the preparation been, not just, we've already talked about during this offseason, but heading into this game, maybe some things that we really got to keep an eye on for?
Obviously, last time we played Teague here a couple years ago was a sloppy field. It'll probably be the same thing tomorrow night. But, Teague has got they've got great speed. It'll be – we're definitely much better than last year. And, I think it's our game plan going into to playing them. I think it's the best game plan that we've come up with, so we're excited to implement it as long as the boys do what we've asked them to do.
Yeah, so you look at this, you look at your team this year. We're going into the Teague game. I mean, they are picked to win their district. They've got some of these same kids that have been hanging around forever, right? You got Hunter Henry here at New Waverly that's been hanging around forever. You got Corey Silar. I hope I said his name right. They're a linebacker. He's been there forever. Their quarterback, Zach Leha, tremendous athlete. I mean, how do we contain these guys like this on a tough night tomorrow night?
Yeah, they're very good athletes. I mean, Coach he's got a great program over there. I've talked to him several times. It's going to be something, execution. They've got speed. We've got speed. They're probably not fighting the mud because they've got a turf field. But no, I think our kids will come geared up, and as will Teague. I think a couple years ago we barely beat them, maybe beat them the year before. So maybe we're 2-2 with them right now. We're kind of split. So no, I definitely think we're going to get a very good game from them tomorrow night.
We mentioned earlier, about just the highest number of kids you've had in this program so far. How does that help with coaching? Does that give you kind of maybe an opportunity to rest some kids? We see so much at this level, a lot of kids playing both sides of the ball. Will we expect more of that, or are we going to see a lot of just maybe playing only on offense, maybe playing only on defense this year?
Yeah, we're definitely we've got more kids that contributors. We won't have as many kids going both ways. We'll definitely have some quality kids that get reps to our starters. So No, I think, football is a game of numbers, and you got to have a lot of guys. So we've got that this year. Now, a lot of them are inexperienced, which is okay. Our 18 senior leadership are helping out with that. But, no, I think that anytime you can get a start or a rest, that really, you don't skip too much of a beat, you definitely have a chance to win.
There's been some new staff additions as well. I just wanted to give you an opportunity to maybe highlight some of the guys that have came on now to work alongside you. Coach Strotti's still here hanging out with us. He's waiting for the pizza, by the way. He's like eyeing those pizza boxes saying, come on, man, somebody open them. Coach Compton's back with us and many other guys as well. I hate to start naming because I start leaving off guys, but, Nathan does a great job as well. Coach Nathan, maybe talk about some of the new additions and what that could bring to the team this year.
So, we've got, Patrick Goodman. He's coaching the secondary. He's our head basketball coach. He, he's a Sweetwater guy way up there, and he was at Navasota when they won a state championship. He's been at Trinity, so I think he's his 30-something year, maybe 32nd year coaching. So brings lots of experience to the defensive side. We've got Justin Powell that, he's an old guy. He's in his, I think, late 40s like us, and he's been to several different places.
I hate being in that category.
Yeah, I know, really.
Golly.
All right, our D-line coach, his name is Robert Martinez, young guy out of Sam, fiery. The kids really have taken to him. Harrison Sorensen, great guy, offensive line guy. He helps out. We actually moved Coach Compton to receivers to offensive line because the way he coaches baseball, he's very analytical, and he's about the small details. And as an offensive line coach, you really need that. And let's see who else. This is where I'm on the spot.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, let me take it from there. So you're kind of into that second year now. Coach Strotti's been a coordinator on the defensive side of the ball. Second year now, offensive coordinator. Coach Miller, his second year. So a lot of learning has taken place, and also Coach Compton. I saw in the scrimmages a difference in the offensive line. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that, having really in those top three positions reporting to you, some really experienced young coaches now.
Yeah, I'll say those guys, they come work out here early in the morning, which, I remember back in the day when I was a young coach, I did those things and don't do it anymore. But no, they're hungry. They're always asking questions. I forgot Jackson Howell. He's coaching our receivers. Mm-hmm. He's an old-time friend of Coach Strotty, brought him in. So, no, all these young guys, I love that they're hungry. They're wanting to learn. They're sponges. And it's really been enjoyable to see the youth. And, you got to have that sometimes. But, yeah, I think it's a very good mixture this year.
We're looking forward to this season getting underway. Again, it could be a mud fest. And tonight, if you're watching this right now, tomorrow night, if you're watching it here on the preview show, the Cabins of More of Texas pregame show with Coach Schaub, could be a mud fest tonight. We don't know yet, Coach.
True.
So maybe if we're able to speak into the future, maybe we'll say we are here tonight. It is the field is perfect.
Perfect field.
How about that? What is a perfect field for you, Coach? I know I asked some of these general questions, but some coaches have a different flavor on what they like. For you, what is the perfect, ideal playing conditions?
Well, I'm probably playing in Jerry's world. It would be a nice one. I mean, we're trying. But no, I don't know. A dry field, of course. I like our field out there. It's probably sometime in November. It's really crisp and just it's exciting to be a football coach.
I wanted to say this. It's cool, and I'm never downplaying any big schools, but it is so cool to be here in this community. Coming on for the first time last year, getting to know the folks here. And there is a very special, unique culture when you come into a small community because here it's still Friday Night Lights. Yeah. The doors are shut. The lights are on. Everybody's out of town. This night it's going to be cool, or on Friday night it's going to be cool because we're opening up the season right here on the home field. Is there any type of advantage when you get that first game on your home field versus having to play on the road?
Oh, absolutely. The whole town's going to come out. And I'll say this, New Waverly, we travel well. Not a lot of schools travel well. New Waverly travels very well, all sports. I think last year was the first time in a while I think we nearly sold out on a lot of games. And so the community comes out, and I love it because the kids are excited when they see their family, their friends, and, we get it's a better chance for winning atmosphere versus going on the road.
Do you want Ed and I, the ice cream truck is here now, those folks, what is it, that Red Velvet or whatever it is?
Redbird Creamery. I made sure, I texted with her earlier this week to make sure she was going to be here.
So, Coach, if we go down at halftime, we race down because we want the band to be showcased. So we show them. Do you ever want us just to grab you something, run it back, and hand it to you?
Salted caramel, just throwing it out there. I'll take some of that.
Sometimes people pick up what we're putting down, so we'll say it. Well, Ed, any final questions? I know you've done a great job just with some prep work. Maybe some final questions you've got for Coach as we look into this one.
Well, I guess this is a question for the kids, but I thought I'd ask you, because you kind of referred to it a little bit, but you've coached in a lot of different places. You played big-time college football. But what do you love about New Waverly on Friday nights?
Oh, listen, it's being in big schools, you've got thousands of people there, and you don't really know who they are. It's so far away, and something about a small school. It's it's the best place I've ever been. First of all, I'd never been to a school in my life where you could walk to the stadium. You have to drive. So it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen when we walked outside the field house in 2014.
You're even closer now, I believe, right?
Yeah, no. So, no, just something about it, the smell of the food going and the band and just just people excited and, people putting on their best to come see a Friday night football game. So I don't think there's anything like it.
That'll wrap up our segment with Coach Dean Schaub on our pregame with Coach Schaub, brought to you by Cabins and More of Texas. For the full interview, including the show, visit youtube.com/SHN Sports. We'll continue our Three Spoons Yogurt countdown to kickoff. This is New Waverly Bulldogs football on the Bulldogs Broadcast Network.
Hey, friends, we're working on getting a camera. We had an outage a little bit earlier, so they're going through the coin toss right now. We're working our best to bring you that game, and we apologize for not being able to get that up right away. So just give us a few seconds, and as soon as we get into game action, we may miss some of it, but we've got to get that video going. And, it's kind of a one-man crew, two-man crew up here, Ed. So nothing on our guys. We just don't have anybody that does the technical stuff except me. So I've got to figure this out. So we'll take a quick break. You'll just hear some music, but I promise we will get that game coming to you as soon as possible. Stay right here with us. This is New Waverly Bulldog football. We are live to here tonight in New Waverly, Texas. We'll be back in just a few moments. And just call the game while our crew gets those cameras reset for us. So, again, we will bring you the video here in just a few moments. And, Ed, here we go, man. Welcome back in. This is New Waverly Bulldog football presented by Walker County Federal Credit Union. And excited to be back up here tonight despite a few glitches. We'll be up and running here in just a few moments. Looks like New Waverly set to receive this one. They'll start first, Ed.
That's right. Looks like we've got Kenton Reese, and I'm trying to get the number on the other receiver that's deep for New Waverly right now. Does not appear to be much wind kicking up, Rob, so we'll see what that does to the kick.
Teague will set here, kick from left to right, two back to receive around the 14-yard line on the right end zone for New Waverly. New Waverly in their maroon jerseys, those numbers in white, Teague in their orange pants and white jerseys. Short kick, this one will drop, and dropped by New Waverly and luckily able to roll back down onto that. It was a fair catch call, dropped around the 26-yard line, but New Waverly will have it. Fair field position to start out for the first drive of the season for the Bulldogs.
Devin Wilson called for the fair catch overhead, but tried to field it over his head and smartly recovered by New Waverly's number 8. I'm not sure that I have that number.
New Waverly will start here on their own 27-yard line. And they will move the ball from right to left. Boy, easy to see Teague out there. And how about the new jerseys? We failed to mention that for New Waverly. They've got the new Nike jerseys this year, and I really like how they look. They pop out there on the field, the maroon colors, the white, the stripes. We talked about it at the coaches' show.
That's right. Beautiful jerseys. We've got that starting lineup as New Waverly sets to take the field right now.
Cade Garrett in the gun around the 21. One back behind him, one to either side. Here's the handoff. Goes to that back and immediately stopped on the play. Not much there for Hunter Henry, who we had on the show just yesterday night.
That starting lineup at the center, Isaiah Hullings, sophomore. Left guard, Chris Decker. Right guard, Hunter McBride. Right tackle, Lewis Smith. Left tackle, Chase Smith. Tight end, Brody Watto, as they get set again.
3 receivers down. It is Zake Barahel down to the left side. Here is a pass in the flat. Goes right to Zane Sykes, and Sykes immediately slammed to the ground by Zach Leha. And a loss on that play, maybe of 1 or so. He'll go back to the 21, and that will bring up 3rd down and long here for New Waverly.
Leha read that all the way. Slow developing play, and Zane Sykes was signaling over towards Cade Garrett.
2 receivers down to the left, 1 up top to the right. Here is the handoff, goes to the back, and it is Henry as he tries to lunge his way on that left hash mark to the 22. No gain, and New Waverly looks like that they're going to have to punt this one away to start this opening drive. So tough break there. You wanted to see him come out. We started about an impact, saying get that ball moving early. Not able to establish anything here, but we'll see how the defense holds.
That line of scrimmage has just been dominated by the Teague defensive line in that last series.
New Waverly set to punt this one away from around the 10-yard line. It is Cade Garrett, gets this one up. Nice punt, takes a roll across the 40, bounces off of the Teague line player at the 35, but he's able to elude traffic. 40, 30, or 45, and now around the 46-yard line on the left hash mark. So what was initially a fumbled or a bobbled hold down there, he's able to hold on to it and advances forward near the 50.
Teague starting off with some nice field position right at their own 45. I would think that they've got a great quarterback in Zach Leha. He does not spend a lot of time in the pocket, just a 3-step drop, and if he doesn't like what he sees, then he tucks and runs.
10-14 and ticking here as we're underway in this first quarter. First quarter tonight brought to you by Charlie's Used Cars. First possession for Teague. They will start this one on their own 46-yard line, moving from left to right. Here it is a keeper by Leha and finds room across the 50. Bulldog territory down near the 47, beg your pardon, the 43, and he's finally pushed out of bounds, and Travis Davis III and company in on that stop.
Yeah, Travia Davis just running him out of bounds. It looked initially like he was going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, but one of the things in scouting Teague that they do is their running backs, if it is going to be a designed run play, they kind of over-exaggerate the handoff that does not come to them.
So it's first down and 10 here in Bulldog territory now on the 43-yard line, right hash mark. Lay a high snap, passing the flat over the left side. This one is incomplete, goes in and out of the fingertips of Jacobrian Harris, the senior receiver.
Yeah, Mason Bueller was right there to cover that one, but that pass was dropped.
That'll bring up 2nd down and long. Again, we are here in this Charlie's Used Cars first quarter. Thanks for bearing with us as, we didn't have a chance to run a preseason run-through. We usually do that, and with a lot of things going on this past month, we were not able to do that. But here we go. It is 2nd down now and 10. This one flipped just in the nick of time to the 40, left hash mark now, 35-30, finding daylight, 25-20, and eventually brought down after a healthy gain into the Bulldogs territory and on the inside the red zone. Ball carrier.
In this play, you could see that entire speed, team speed of Teague really making a difference as Leha pitched the ball. It was running back was trying to get to the outside and was successful at that.
Ball is resting inside the red zone now at the 19. No score, 9:24 here in the Charlie's Used Cars first. Ball movement from left to right. Teague with it, one back to either side of Leha. Here's the snap. Takes it across the 20. He's going to run. Here's Leha. Dodges through defenders and eventually lunging forward. He's down near that left hash mark on the 11-yard line. So a gain there, Ed, a healthy gain of about 7 or 8. It'll bring up second down and short.
Yeah, Ty Smithers doing a nice job of blowing up the interior of that line and then circling around, and Ty Smithers ultimately made the tackle on that play.
So it's second down and about a short 2. Here's a high snap. Leah rolling back, throws over his left shoulder, connects with his receiver. It is Seiler, and Seiler is down inside the 5.
Number 11, Zach Leja.
Yeah, Zach Leja, he does not like to have any pressure in his face. That time he was hurried. Brody Watto had broken free and tried to get a hand on the ball.
First and goal for the Teague Lions.
It'll bring up first and goal here for the Teague Lions. They have the ball on the 1-yard line. New Waverly defense trying to hold. This is a lot bigger New Waverly team this year. We'll talk about some more of those and a false start here. A little bit of a jump on that at the line of scrimmage, and really it was back there too with Nyland Coaster, the running back.
Interesting. New Waverly is really twitchy across that front. You've got some big guys there. You've got Watto, who's one of the faster guys on the team. And I spoke yesterday with Terrence O'Brien, a former New Waverly and LSU player, and he was saying, hey, we may see some false starts with him playing at the line of scrimmage.
That'll set him back now to the 6. Here is Leah again, and trying to stiff arm through one defender. Big body down here, and I beg your pardon, it was actually Corey Seiler, and he's brought down after maybe a short gain. Trey Davies III was down there along with his teammates making that stop on the right side. Also, Mason Bueller was there. I don't think. Was Bueller there?
Yeah, he was coming back in. Jackson Hathorn was in on that tackle. Tackle for loss. That's what they need to see. Violence, really what Coach Miller wants is that violence of action, that aggression, swarm tackles.
Bring up second and goal, the ball near the 8-yard line, so 8 to go. Here is the snap, handoff to the back. Trying to go through defenders. It bounces and zigzags his way back in between the hash marks to the left side, and a gain up to the 4-yard line.
So New Waverly's defense at this point, bending but not breaking. They've had some big runs to the outside, but I think they've woken up a little bit and gotten some swarming to the football around. This does appear to be a flag on the play against New Waverly. Waiting for the official signal. Illegal shift against Teague. That'll take him back. Looks like marching him back to the 14.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty. We will repeat second down.
Low snap, tossed to the outside, picked up quickly by a host of Bulldogs. Jackson Hathorn in there. No gain on the play for Teague.
By number 28, junior Jackson Hathorn.
It's going to bring up third down and goal to go from about the 13. Teague comes to the line of scrimmage. Zach Leha in the gun. Takes the snap, rolls left, fires to the back of the end zone. Missed his target. This is going to bring up fourth down.
Back of the end zone on the coverage. Tight coverage by number 11, Kenton Reese. That'll bring up fourth down.
Nice coverage on that play by Kenton Reese. One of the really outstanding corners on the New Waverly football team.
From the 20-yard line.
Looks like they're attempting a field goal from the 20-yard field goal. Corey Seiler set to hold. And it was a low, short kick. New Waverly will take over right there.
The attempt to kick was by number 18, Alex Lopez. Kick was not successful. That'll be a turnover on downs. It'll be first down for the New Waverly Bulldogs. The New Waverly Bulldogs will have first and 10 from the 12-yard line. Line of gains the 22.
New Waverly's offense is on the field. Cade Garrett in the gun. Hand off to Hunter Henry. Takes to the right side. In the open field. Out past the first down marker to the 30. First down, New Waverly.
On the tackle, number 2, Bryce Bates. Carrying the ball for 13 yards, number 25, Hunter Henry. That's a New Waverly Bulldog. First down.
New Waverly gets set. Garrett in the gun. Hunter Henry behind him. Man in motion's Kenton Reese. Looks like a broken pay. Cade Garrett taking it to the left side. Flags on the play.
On the tackle,
Does
number
appear to be in the area of holding.
Number 7, Cade Garrett. There are flags on the field. Call on the field was illegal participation. That's a 5-yard penalty. They'll replay first down.
Replay of first down. Call on the field. Illegal participation. Garrett takes a snap. Hands off to Hunter Henry. Up to the right side. In the open field. Out to the first down marker. At the 35, stays in bounds.
And number 2, Bryce Bates, but carrying that ball for
up to
17 yards. That's
up to the 38.
Number 25, Hunter Henry. That's a New Waverly Bulldog. First down.
New Waverly back up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Gets Garrett in the shotgun. Henry behind him. Handoff goes to Henry. Is taken down 1 yard short of the line of scrimmage.
Seiler. Loss of 2 yards.
Looks like he lost about 2 yards on that play. Bring up second down. New Waverly gets set, getting set at the line of scrimmage. Garrett in the gun, hands off to the left-hand side. Trey Davis, flag on the play.
Ball was run by number 26.
Thrown by the
Davis,
referee behind the play.
Call on the field is a personal foul, horse collar tackle. That'll be a 15-yard penalty against the defense. It'll be an automatic first down.
Yeah, that was called by the referee behind the play. A horse collar tackle that he saw be a 15-yard penalty. That will put the Bulldogs
carry the ball
all the way up to the 48.5-yard line.
Teague line territories.
Be a first down. Running back in the game behind Cade Garrett.
Just shy of territory.
Is number 26,
yard line.
Trey Davis, the second.
New Waverly Bulldog, first down.
Trey Davis carries across midfield
On the tackle,
for a
number
gain of about a
3,
yard.
Trip Egbert. Carrying the ball, number 26, Trevia Davis. The second. Speaking of second, it's second down, 2nd and 9.
Garrett in the gun, Trevia Davis behind him. Hand off to the left-hand side. Nope, fake. Garrett takes it himself and gets tripped up for a loss of about 4 yards. Be 3rd down
Harris.
and
Carrying the ball is number
15.
7, Kate Garrett.
Check that third.
They'll
Nope,
bring
3rd
up
and
third
15.
long.
New Waverly's Bulldogs get set. Garrett in the gun. New running back in the game. Dylan Thomas behind Garrett. Takes a snap. Rolls left. Passes. Pass to number 2, Zane Sykes. Falls
On the pass,
incomplete.
number 7, Kate Garrett, quarterback. Intended target is number 2, Zane Sykes.
That'll bring
Ball
on the
falls
punt
incomplete.
team for New
Brings up
Waverly.
4th down. Be 4th and 15. Bulldogs lining up in punt formation. Back to punt is number 7, Kate Garrett. Back deep for the Teague.
All right, Ed, thank you for that. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Did a great job, Ed, by the way.
Well, I don't know about that.
We're back in it. Finally got that video up and going. We apologize for the delays, and great stop earlier by New Waverly, but now Teague stopping them. Here's a punt, and a nice punt. This one will roll in great field position coming up here for
Healthy punt rolls out down around the 13-yard
on the
line.
defensive
It'll be
side,
first
and
down for the Teague
unfavorable
Lions
field
from the
position here for
13.
Teague. Ed, let's just keep it right here for a moment. No, we're still trying to settle in after some of these initial technical difficulties. 4:02 to go. You can see it now on the screen. 4:02 to go. No score.
Well, we got this break in the
Defenses have
action.
really been
Reminder.
holding serve so far in this ball game.
That's right. Both defensive lines have bent,
We have a
but not
50-50
not
raffle
broken.
going on to benefit the
Looks like
class
there's
of
been a little bit of a
2025.
battle of field position, but New Waverly with that punt is
Drawing play
probably
between
got
between
themselves
the
in a
third
better
and fourth
spot in this quarter to make something happen, get a defensive stop deep down here into Teague territory.
Teague will start this drive. Their own, we'll call it 13. Is that what I'm seeing? About their own 13. One back to either side. One receiver to either side. Here is a handoff. Seiler trying to break through a tackle. Flags will fly. As I believe that was Dylan Thomas getting a
the
hand
tackle,
on him
number
down
1,
there.
Dylan Thomas, ball carried by
But there is a
Corey
flag
Seiler.
back there in the
No
backfield.
flags on the play.
Typically a hold maybe back there around the quarterback. We'll see what the call is.
Looked like there was a host of Bulldogs that read that. It was clearly, it looked from the start like it was a run play. Yep, it's a holding
Call the
coming up
field's a
there.
hold against the offense.
And was really sort of a
That's a
slow
10-yard
developing play and allowed a lot of the Bulldogs, Jackson Hathorn, Dylan Thomas, Ty Smithers, to all get in there and get a hand on the ball carrier.
It'll be second down and long. The ball now back around the 6-yard line for Teague. This is their second possession of the night, moving from left to right. No score, under 4 to go here in the Charlie's Used Cars First. Here's a keeper, and how about the Bulldog defense? Slamming him down to the ground in the back of the pack, Brody Watto and his teammates.
Ball was carried
So
by number 11, Zach
2 years
Leeson.
ago, Brody Watto had really
tackle, number 22,
a tough,
Brody Watto.
was really the nemesis
Number
of Zach
28,
Leha. He
Jackson
had 4
Hathorn, and number
tackles for a
56,
loss.
Ty
He had a batted
Smithers.
down pass. Clearly moving up to the edge position. He's fired up, and he read that play all the way.
Thought it should be third and long, Ed. Maybe I guess it is second and long here. Backed up. Quarterback is in his own end zone. Dodges through one, throws this one, and it's incomplete around the 10-yard line. The intended receiver on that play was Bryce Bates.
Ball falls
Good
incomplete.
coverage out there by
Coverage
Zane Sykes.
closely by
Yeah,
number 2,
that was
Zane
almost a
Sykes.
safety from two counts. Dylan
Brings up
Thomas
third and long
drove
from the
Leha to the
3-yard
back of the
line.
end zone, and then Brody Watto was really close to getting the Teague quarterback to step out of the end zone. Ball fell incomplete. So third down, New Waverly just needs to keep the defensive pressure on here.
Leah, the quarterback, in the gun, snap in his own end zone. Punt fakes once, heaves this one over, has a man down there near the 50, but just overthrew him. It's incomplete, had a little too much air under it. He was going in the direction of Jacobrine Harris.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, the offensive line of Teague looks like they're slowing down a little bit. I mean, we're early in the game, but the defensive front of New Waverly definitely had the advantage on that series.
Back deep for the Bulldogs, number 8, Nathan Diprey.
Nathan Diprey set back to receive here for
Lined up the punt, number
New
11,
Waverly.
Zach Leja.
Zach Leja, high one here. Boy, that one almost got away from him. He was able to hold it down, and Diprey will fair catch this one at the 35. New Waverly will have it when we come back. We'll take a break. Stay with us. More to come. This is New Waverly Bulldog Football live tonight on SHN.
Looking for a car you can trust? Come on down to Charlie's Used Cars in Huntsville. We're not just another dealership, we're a family. For 50 golden years, we've been serving your community with quality pre-owned vehicles and unbeatable customer service. At Charlie's, you're not just buying a car, you're joining a legacy. Visit our virtual showroom to explore our vast inventory, each car complete with detailed information and pictures. Got questions? Our professional sales staff is here to guide you in every step of the way because your satisfaction is our mission. Discover why at Charlie's Used Cars. It's not just a deal, it's a relationship. Visit us online at charliesusedcarstx.com.
New Waverly starting on the Teague 36, run up the middle. Oh, baby, it's Henry. And he found some daylight to the 25-yard line.
Number 13,
Hunter Henry getting exactly what he wanted. The first level of blockers did their job, and he got into that second level. New Waverly going, hurry up.
First down.
That is a McGillberry Mechanical Heating and Cooling first down. Here's Henry again, zigzagging through defenders and into the red zone. That McGillberry Mechanical Heating and Cooling.
Back up the middle, number 25.
Bulldogs
Hunter
first down
Henry
has
on the
led
tackle.
to a Texas Signature Roofing by Jared Hathorn
Number
red zone
57,
attempt,
Lucky Jones,
offering
and
exceptional
number
roofing
77,
solutions
Jacob
and
Matthews.
services that meet a commitment to community values. This time the handoff will go over to the right side, lowering the shoulder, spinning around, and brought down around the 15-yard line. It was a good run out there by Dylan Thomas.
Running back Dylan Thomas.
That'll be a good enough run for a first down.
Number 6,
Thomas
Cormos.
liking what he saw and just looking for the sticks and finding them.
Two receivers down to the left, one up top to the right. It is New Waverly with it. And a keeper here. Not much room there for Cade Garrett. No gain on the play. Maybe a loss of one. It'll bring up second down and 11. That ball resting on the 15-yard line. Under 2 minutes to go, no score. Third possession of this night for the Bulldogs here in Game 1, opening of this new season.
The offense going a little bit of tempo, looking on that last play like it was sort of broken.
Here's a handoff to Hunter Henry, right side, 15-10, lowers his shoulder and able to skate through a few defenders to pick up some healthy yardage. That should bring up,
On the carry,
call
number
it
25, Hunter
third
Henry.
down. Looks like about
Positive
4 from
yardage,
up here in the
tackled
booth.
by Number 17,
4 yards to go.
Brandon
Coach
Leisure.
Strati, the offensive coordinator, liking what he's seeing, choosing just to attack with the run here.
Hunter Henry back there behind Cade Garrett. One receiver all the way down to the left side is Zeke Barahel. Snap here, handoff to Henry. Henry lunges through a defender, 5 still on his feet, powering his way forward, and he's about 2 yards shy. It's another Bulldog first down. How about that for Hunter Henry? Over 1,000 yards last season. He's picking up right where he left off tonight.
Right, so a beautiful thing here. Henry's coming out of the game, getting a breather. Jackson Hathorn going in. They go tempo. Jackson Hathorn into the running back slot.
Zane Sykes, 2 receivers up top to the right, 1 down to the left. Barahel, here is a pass in the flats. Oh, it was right in the numbers. You had to throw it right there to Sykes, and thankfully that defensive end didn't pick that off. That could have been a pick 6 back the other way, but luckily it hit the numbers. No gain on the play, bring up 2nd and goal.
Little bit of a slow developing play. That's twice that we've seen that, and they've read it perfectly. With the outside, Teague's got really good team speed, so I think Drotti's going to have to modify or take those out of the playbook if they're going to develop really slowly.
Travia Davis, the second out there now, is one of the backs. A 3-back formation here. Check this out, Ed. We called this at NDSU the Delta formation.
They're all in there right now.
And Coach Schaub wants to take a timeout, and we will take it with him as we are down to 27 seconds here in the Charlie's Used Cars first quarter. We'll take a brief break. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. This is New Waverly Bulldog football live tonight on SHN.
Looking for a car you can trust? Come on down to Charlie's Used Cars in Huntsville. We're not just another dealership, we're a family. For 50 golden years, we've been serving your community with quality pre-owned vehicles and unbeatable customer service. At Charlie's, you're not just buying a car, you're joining a legacy. Visit our virtual showroom to explore our vast inventory, each car complete with detailed information and pictures. Got questions? Our professional sales staff is here to guide you in every step of the way because your satisfaction is our mission. Discover why at Charlie's Used Cars, it's not just a deal, it's a relationship. Visit us online at charliesusedcarstx.com.
The first quarter is brought to you by Charlie's Used Cars. Here's Rob Hipp.
So Jackson Hathorn is in there alongside Hunter Henry. Who's that third back in there?
New quarterback in the game. Devin Wilson, handoff to Jackson Hathorn.
Yeah, here is Hathorn, and maybe back to that original line. It was second down. I believe it's going to bring up third down and goal now, Ed, if I'm not mistaken. That chain's flipping pretty slow over there tonight, kind of like how our broadcast got started.
Yeah, that's right. It's the slow flipping number 3. Some places, where did we do a playoff game, and they had that illuminated digital, which I think that was what everybody's going to go to.
Well, that'll wind it down here at the end of the first. How about that? Teague came down, looked like they were going to score. New Waverly held serve, and it's been a battle of defenses, but the Bulldogs are threatening. We'll step aside and take a break. More to come as we continue on. This is New Waverly Bulldog football, brought to you this season by Walker County Federal Credit Union. We'll be back in just a moment with the Slot Construction second quarter.
When you've got a serious project that needs to be done right, trust the experts at Slot Construction. Serving Southeast Texas since 2005, Slot Construction is your leader in site prep work. From clearing land and building new roads to constructing ponds and underground utilities, they prepare and deliver with precision and efficiency. Whether it's for your home or your business, Slot Construction has you covered. Visit slotconstruction.com to learn more about their full range of services. SLOTT construction.com, where quality meets commitment. Welcome back to New Waverly Bulldogs football, presented by Walker County Federal Credit Union. Alongside Ed Watto, here's Rob Hipp.
I didn't have my voice guy back this year, so it's kind of awkward, Ed. I had to voice some of my own rejoins, but hey, it works, and that's not important. What's important tonight is that New Waverly has came out here and played a phenomenal first quarter of play, and they are threatening as we get underway here in this Slot Construction second quarter. We'll now move from left to right. Bulldogs are down around the 3-yard line. Cade Garrett clapping for it. Rolls to the right side, passes over his shoulder, up in the air, battled. Oh, it's caught! It's caught! It's caught! Touchdown, New Waverly! Oh, baby, what a play!
I think that was number 11, Kenton Reese. I'm not sure.
Boy, Kenton Reese, it popped on his fingers, went up into the air. There was a host of lines around him. He was able to keep his composure, pulled it down for the touchdown. How about that? And New Waverly goes on the board first tonight on the first play of the second quarter.
Waverly Bulldog touchdown coming out for the kick.
Wow,
that was incredible. These New Waverly receivers have done a great job of, if that ball ever pops up, Zane Sykes, Kenton Reese pulling that out of the sky.
Kenton Reese with it, and here's the extra point on its way. The kick is up through the uprights and good. And 8 seconds into the Slot Construction second quarter, the Bulldogs have a 7-0 advantage. We'll step aside and take a break. More to come. This is New Waverly Bulldog football here live tonight on SHN.
Howdy, New Waverly fans. Are you ready for some Bulldog football? Robert Lindeman here with Hit Solutions Realty. Dreaming of a place that feels unmistakably yours? At Hit Solutions Realty, we bring you home. Our mission, to guide you every step of the way, ensuring you find that perfect piece of property that whispers, welcome home, every time you step in. Whether you're diving into the market to buy or ready to pass on your cherished space, our expert team stands by your side, turning the process into a seamless journey. So, ready to make a move? Contact Hit Solutions Realty. Let's get the ball rolling and bring you closer to your dream home. At Hit Solutions, we recognize that every star should have its time to shine. In that spirit, Hit Solutions Realty is thrilled to back New Waverly football, wishing them a season as bright as the stars. For more information, visit HITTSS.com.
Second quarter action is brought to you by Slot Construction. Let's return to Ed Watto and the voice of the Bulldogs, Rob Hitt.
It was a drive for New Waverly that started way back on the Teague 45-yard line, capped off by a 4-yard touchdown pass into the hands of Kenton Reese. The extra point was good. It's 7-0 New Waverly, 11:52 to go in the second. That's your Double Dave's Pizza Works scoring drive recap.
New Waverly set to kick. Trey Sherwin going to kick off for the New Waverly Bulldogs.
Sherwin, the junior, receiver on the other end, right toe to leather. Oh, he's going for a little onside action. This one is up and caught. Great job there by the returnman pulling that ball down. I believe it was Cole Mims. It was a good attempt, though, but that's going to put Teague in excellent field position right dead center at the 50-yard line.
So close. New Waverly practices that all the time. Sophomore William Colley was right there, really close to getting that ball, but the Teague defender just sort of snatched that one out of the sky.
Coverage in part tonight brought to you, season presented by Walker County Federal Credit Union, your full-service community credit union. Three Spoons Yogurt, where Bulldog fans come to chill, and Cabins and More of Texas. Find your perfect space with Cabins and More of Texas. Visit CAMOTX.com today.
New Waverly making some changes on the defense. Number 60, Hayden, it looks like number 60, it says Hayden McBride on my thing, but I don't know that is who that is.
Here's a pass in the flats over to Dorian Thomas, eludes one defender near those right hash marks, tight roping it for about an 8-yard gain before he was finally pushed out of bounds. It'll bring up second and manageable for the Teague Lions.
Number 11, Zach Leha.
New Waverly at this point, they've bent a little bit. They can't break. They're at the midfield. They have to continue with what was made them successful, and that was keeping a little pressure on. Pressure from that left side of the defensive, pressuring the right side of the offense, really made them successful.
Brandon got one receiver, part of two-receiver package now down to the left. The whistles will blow here, and the officials will talk things over. Don't know if there was an official timeout called by the coach. It's maybe just a sideline warning. Referees over there telling the students, I believe, just to kind of back up a little bit. Is that what you're seeing, Ed?
Looks like the chains were not set.
Well, they were telling them to back up to move away from the chain so they could set them.
That's right. You're exactly right.
Well, 11:23 to go here, and how about it for New Waverly? They got the early advantage against the Teague Lions, a team that on their home field last year, a 37-0 shutout. This is a new and improved New Waverly Bulldog football team. Coach Schaub in his 11th year here at New Waverly. 8 of those as head coach. A lot of wealth of experience from Coach Schaub all the way down. We'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Lions, moving from right to left, ball on the right hash mark. Man in motion is Evans. Here's the snap. Leha, 45, 40, right side, lunges forward with the left shoulder, and he's able to pick up enough for a first down. Needed about 4, and he looks like he got about 6 there. And inching ever closer inside Bulldog territory, just outside the 35. The official mark is going to be at the 37.
This was just a designed run play to the right. Quickly took it to the outside, left side of that New Waverly defense.
Player running off the field, Teague line, don't have the name. 35 was the young man that was running out there. Trips here to the left, nobody up top to the right. 10:55 to go here in the Slot Construction second. Leon the gun, back behind him, low snap, able to pick it up. He wants to run across the 40, right hash mark, in between the marks now, and dives forward to around the 33.
On the run,
so a short gain.
Leha.
Maybe give him about 4 there, Ed.
Linebacker Trey Davis on the tackle, assisted by Brody Watto. It was just that 2-second, looked like it was, and then designed run play. So it looks like Teague is sticking with the run. That's what they intend to do, and use the legs of Leha.
2 receivers down to the left side, nobody up top to the right. Leha there in the gun. The running back offset to his left hip is Nyland Coaster. Look for a run possibly to that left side as they're stacking them up. 4 up front for New Waverly. Here's Coaster as he goes through the A-gap, powers his way forward. Whoa, what a healthy run across the 30, down to the 25, and inside another Teague Lion first down as they are inching close to that red zone. The ball now resting at the 22.
Teague switching it up a little bit, going more to that power run game, trying to get the unbalanced line. As soon as they saw New Waverly adjust, then they went back to that other side.
Heading off the field is Jacob Ryan Harris for Teague. They'll break out of the huddle here. Gaunt will line up as a receiver, part of a 2-receiver package down to the left.
First and 10.
Leha in the gun. In motion is Seiler. Here's the low snap. The handoff goes to his running back, Coaster. And Coaster runs into a pack of Bulldogs for a short gain. Got it to the red zone, though, right at the 20. It'll bring up 2nd and 7.
New Waverly going and making a lot of substitutions on the interior of that defensive line. We saw Ty Smithers come in and out, Lewis Smith in and out. Lewis Smith in the game now, really trying to keep some fresh legs up front.
Teague will break out of the huddle. Bryce Bates in there, part of 3 receivers down to the left side. Bates is in the center of them. Snap over. Here is the bobble to Coaster. Coaster trying to break through 1 tackle across the 15. Low over the shoulder there by Hunter Henry.
Number 22, Nyland Coaster, tackled by number
Coaster
25,
gets up to
Hunter Henry.
Around the 10-yard line. If he got there, that should be a first down. No, they're going to say he was actually at the 16. So it's going to be 3rd down and short. They're going to roll him back because his knee hit before he crossed over. It'll bring up 3rd, and it looks like 2 or 3 from up here in the Hit Solutions broadcast booth.
Teague just sticking with the power run game here. And New Waverly's got to make an adjustment to get a stop.
Coaster remains the back. No handoff as Leha rolls, throws over his left shoulder. Corner end zone, caught, touchdown. Connected that one from 16 yards or so.
Ball is thrown by number 11.
And it drops into the hands
Zach Leha.
of Bryce
Caught
Bates.
by number 2, Bryce Bates.
We'll call it an 18-yard TD pass.
The touchdown on that play.
7-6. Teague trailing by 1, and an extra point try coming up.
Anytime that Teague and Leha are going to throw,
Extra
it's
point
typically just that 3-step chop. This was a little different. He spun around and almost looked like he was going to run, but had Brody Watto in his face.
And they're going to go for a 2-point try, and he is in.
Ball
Boy,
is taken up the
2-point try is good, and that will be an 8-7 lead. It was a keeper by Zach Leha. So, friends, with 8:22 to go here in the Slot Construction second quarter, Teague takes the lead after that 18-yard pass into the hands of Bryce Bates. We'll step aside and take a break. More to come. This is New Waverly Bulldog football live tonight on the SHN Sports Broadcast Network. Stay with us.
When you've got a serious project that needs to be done right, trust the experts at Slot Construction. Serving Southeast Texas since 2005, Slot Construction is your leader in site prep work. From clearing land and building new roads to constructing ponds and underground utilities, they prepare and deliver with precision and efficiency. Whether it's for your home or your business, Slot Construction has you covered. Visit slotconstruction.com to learn more about their full range of services. SLOTT construction.com, where quality meets commitment. Second quarter action is brought to you by Slot Construction. Let's return to Ed Watto and the voice of the Bulldogs, Rob Hitt.
Lining up to
Back
kick,
at it,
number
friends.
18, Alex Lopez.
Moments ago, drive that started on the 50 after an onside kick attempt by New Waverly, and it was an 18-yard touchdown pass. 8-7, Teague with the lead. Here's a short kick, fair catch caught for at the 35. And it will be around the 35, right into the hands of New Waverly's Leo Escobedo.
Leo Escobedo, excited he's out for football. Outstanding soccer player and a player of football. New Waverly with good field position right here at their 37-yard line. Needs to make something happen with their offense. It's got to answer. This is a very good Teague football team that finds themselves in a position that they're not happy with, although they have the lead, 8-7 lead. So New Waverly's got to answer now to stay in this football game.
Tonight's coverage made possible in part by Nelson Amaya's Collision Center, where honest work meets community focus, keeping Walker County safe and smiling since 1999. Here is New Waverly, 3 receivers, 2 down. A handoff goes up the middle, finding some daylight. Here is Dylan Thomas. And Thomas across the 50. He'll pick up a McGillberry Mechanical heating and cooling first down for the Bulldogs.
So with Thomas, you've got Hunter Henry, Dylan Thomas, Jackson Hathorn, Travia Davis. You've got a really talented group of running backs. Dylan Thomas staying in the game behind Cade Garrett.
Over a 30-yard gain or so into Teague territory at the 37. Garrett throw in the flats. It's picked off, pick 6. Taking it down, 20, 10, 5, touchdown to the house. Jacob Harris. Boy, saw that one coming.
Touchdown,
tough break there for the Bulldogs.
That slow developing play, they've read it every time. And it was tried one too many times.
So Teague will extend on their lead now 14-7, 7:56 to go here in this slot construction second quarter. About a 50-yard return on that pick 6. And they were effective the last time they scored just moments ago. I would expect them to go for another 2-point try here.
Yeah, they did a great job getting deep on that 2-point. This is going to be a designed run. I doubt they'll throw the ball here.
Looking to pass over the right side, and it is incomplete. No flags are thrown. Good coverage down there.
Extra point try was unsuccessful.
On that right corner of the
7 minutes
coverage.
and 56 seconds left
by Kenton
in
Reese.
the first half.
We'll take a quick break. Stay with
Teague
us. More to
14,
come.
New Waverly
This is
7.
New Waverly. This is New Waverly Bulldog football live tonight on SHN. Stay with us.
Struggling with addiction or know someone who is? There's light at the end of the tunnel, and it shines bright at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. As a 501c3 Christian ministry, they are dedicated to helping men aged 18 and older rebuild their lives free from the chains of drug and alcohol addiction. Be reminded, there's always hope, always a new beginning. Discover your fresh start with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Proud supporters of Bulldog football, because just like the Bulldogs, the spirit at Oak Ridge stands strong. Find out more at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Bulldog football is presented by Walker County Federal Credit Union. Now, let's go back to the gridiron. Here's Rob Hipp with the call.
Rob Hipp alongside Ed Watto here in the Hit Solutions broadcast booth. Moments ago is a pick 6 over 50 yards for Teague. Ran it back to the house from right to left. 2-point conversion, no good. 14-7 is where we set the Lions with the lead. And Teague will kick this one away here just a few moments. 2 set back to receive for New Waverly around the 10-yard line. One of those young men, I believe, Ed, that is Kenton Reese. And here is that kick. It will sail into the hands of Reese. 15, trying to cut it back up to the 20. He won't do it. He's going to be dropped around the 15-yard line. And boy, a big, healthy tackle there on that play.
Ball is brought back by number 11, Kenton Reese.
By
up to the
Bryce
15-yard line. That'll be
so
first
Reese, a
and 10
new
for the
return man
Bulldogs
this
from
year,
the 15.
really ultimately, trying to find a hole, but demonstrates a little bit of youth there, running across the formation with a team like Teague with their kind of speed. You've got to look upfield and get up as far upfield as you can.
5th possession of the night here for New Waverly. They'll start on their own 15-yard line, moving from left to right. Let us know you're out there across the social media feeds. A lot of you joining us tonight. We appreciate you being here with us. Garrett, handoff will go over to Dylan Thomas, left side, 30, still with room, 25, and he needed 10 for the first, and he may have got all 10 of those. We'll see where the official spot is at. He's very close to a first down mark.
Dylan Thomas on the left side, lowering the shoulder, getting himself into the fray. Really doing a nice job as that 2-back and staying in the game behind Cade Garrett.
That is enough for a McGillberry heating and cooling Bulldogs first down. Handoff back to Thomas again. This time goes up the middle. Swings around, 25 down to the 30.
That first down run brings up second down.
About a 5-yard run there on first down for the Bulldogs.
Timeout on the field.
And Dylan Thomas, a little slow to get up there. Good sportsmanship as we saw Braden Gaunt help Thomas up, and we do have an injury on the field. Ed, we'll keep it right here. Let's thank some more of our sponsors. A lot of great folks helping to make this one possible here tonight.
Hit Solutions Player Development and Realty, helping to instruct the stars to shine. We bring you home. And Double Dave's Pizza Works, Get it while it's hot.
Get it while it's hot, Ed. Come on, man. When's the last time you had some Double Dave's pizza?
It's been a little while, but I have been to Double Dave's in Huntsville and enjoyed myself.
Well, we had some pizza the other night. Hey, how much pizza did you go home with from the coaches' show, by the way?
0.
Really? They came and ate it then.
There were a whole bunch of players getting their pictures, and as soon as they were like sharks surrounding the school of fish with those pizza boxes. We're talking about the New Waverly football team during their media day. There was some pizza, and I thought I might have a piece to take home, but the New Waverly football team got the carbs they needed for tonight.
Bulldog player down there that was just a little slow to get up, and good job there for that young man. It is Chris Decker. I didn't want to cause any alarm, but he is okay. He will walk off under his own power, although gingerly, but he appears to be okay. Erica down there, the trainer, she does such a wonderful job. Coach Sha ran down there a little bit earlier as well, so all these guys are okay, and that's good for Decker.
Absolutely. Chris Decker,
tough
blocker, offensive guard. Looks like we've got trying to see what number is coming in, but he'll be missed, but I know whoever's backing him up is going to do a great job as well, too. Garrett in the gun. Drops back. Throws deep to Zane Sykes.
Picked off, but it's out of bounds.
Ball goes out of bounds. Intended target was number 2, Zane Sykes.
Thank you, Ed. Ed, I'm putting Ed in the hot seat tonight. Man. Good news is we'll get all these bugs out of here the first time, and then we'll be good for next week.
We'll get all the bugs, and then I'll get Kevin Edney listening to the broadcast on YouTube, and he'll give me 3 pages of corrections to improve my broadcasting career.
New Waverly's drive started out on their own 15, now 3rd down and about 4. They're on the 30. Garrett claps for it once, handoff Thomas. Trying to go on that right side. Thomas batters his way. Oh, he's still on his feet. Across the 50, back the other way. 30, 25, stiff arms out of bounds. Oh, baby, what a run. 40 yards on the run there by Dylan Thomas. And the Bulldogs coming alive here in the second.
Dylan Thomas showing what he's got. We've got 4 different running backs, 4 different running styles. Putting New Waverly will probably go hurry up at this point. Keep Dylan Thomas in the game.
Boy, Thomas starting to find some juice. Here he is this time, back on the left hash, still lunging forward, and a short gain after the big run just moments ago. New Waverly has it, threatening
number 1, Dylan Thomas,
into that Texas Signature Roofing Jared Hathorn Bulldogs red zone. Looks like he's just about 3 yards shy of it. It'll bring up 2nd down here for New Waverly. We'll call it 2nd and 6.
Hunter Henry comes back in the game. Thomas out, lining up behind Cade Garrett in the gun.
Garrett standing there in the gun, ball in between the hash marks. Calls for it, the snap, over to Henry. Henry up the middle, lowers his shoulder, inside the Texas Signature Roofing red zone now at the 20. And that'll bring up
by number 57,
3rd down.
Jones.
Looks like about 2 here for New Waverly. Moving from left to right, trailing 14-7, 6:04 to go here in the Slot Construction 2nd quarter. And we'll get back into it. Cade Garrett in the gun, 2 receivers down to the right. He has Hunter Henry behind him. The handoff to Henry up the middle, finds room. 15. Henry's got a 1st down, and that's another McGillberry Mechanical Heating and Cooling
Hunter
Bulldogs
Henry,
1st down.
First down.
The Teague defense really demonstrating that they've got some good tackling ability. Typically what we see out of Hunter Henry is him being able to spin out of at least that first initial contact. That's not been the case so far tonight.
Receiver down to the right side for New Waverly's Dub Simmons. Cade Garrett in the gun, Hunter Henry behind him, and the gun at the 20, and they're going to whistle this one dead right after it got started.
On the play.
Flags will fly here, and
flags on the field.
Coach Schaub telling his guys to chill out a little bit.
Signal on the field.
False start by New Waverly.
False start by the offense.
Appreciate everybody joining us. The Horn family
That's
joining
a 5-yard
us.
penalty.
Although they said Hornets, they meant Bulldogs. They're used to
down.
Huntsville. They're joining us tonight. Karen Wilson saying go Bulldogs. David joining us on the YouTube feed, cheering on Teague. Many others also here tonight. Julie Davis. Let us know that you're out there. We love those comments. We'll give you a shout out. Here we go. It's 1st and 15 now. Ball just outside the 20. Cade Garrett rolls. He'll keep it here. 20, 15, 10. Flags fly. Garrett is in the end zone for a touchdown, but this one's probably going to come back. That flag is resting around the 16.
Cade Garrett, there's a flag on the field.
Well, he took it in there at about 21 yards, but this one's going to come back.
Yeah, they're calling a hold on the wide receivers, Zeke Barahel there. I think he's got white gloves on. It looks like he's holding, but from up here, it looked like it was totally
Signal
clean.
on the field is a hold against the offense. That's a 10-yard penalty.
That flag came pretty early, and that was going to move it back even more. It was 1st and 15. And you're talking a 10-yard variety or so, unless that's a spot. I think it's going to go back more here, Ed. We'll see where they spot it. This is way back here now to the 26-yard line. So 1st and 20 now. Here is the handoff, goes to the ball carrier. Not much there. In fact, maybe a slight loss on the play.
22.
The handoff
Nyland
went
Coaster.
into the running back, Travia Davis II, who just came on the field moments ago.
Yeah, and the linebacker from Teague read that all the way, that handoff. It's just was a slow developing handoff, and it got tackled in the backfield, so we're going to be at this 2nd down.
At 2nd and 21 now, the ball around the 28-yard line. Here's Cade Garrett looking in a pass situation. Throws this one over right side. Oh, it's almost a one-arm catch, but couldn't haul it in around the 14-yard line. Great effort out there by Zane Sykes, but it's incomplete.
Garrett feeling a little pressure, but staying poised, throwing that in traffic to Zane Sykes, but Sykes, normally a very sure-handed receiver, just couldn't haul that one in. Even if he had, I think he would have been out of bounds.
It's now 3rd and 21 for New Waverly. Cade Garrett in the gun. High snap, passing over center. This one is bounced up, and it's incomplete right off the chest of Sykes. Almost intercepted on the ricochet. Out there was Braden Gaunt, but he wasn't able to haul it in either, and that'll bring up, should be 4th down, right, Ed, or is it 3rd?
4th down.
It should be 4th. I think at this point you're kind of in that area where I know you got 21 to go, but are you going to punt the ball? I think maybe you go. I think at this point maybe you just go for it.
I think you go for it. 4:06. I think you go for it right here. You're too far for a field goal, and a punt's not going to get you anything.
I think if anything, going for it's going to probably give you better yardage than the punt if you can hold on to the ball.
I think a designed run play with Cade Garrett on a keeper to the left side is what I would call right here.
4:06 to go in this slot construction 2nd quarter of this season.
Maybe
presented
take
by
a timeout.
Walker County Federal Credit Union, and we'll take a timeout with them. Stay with us. Critical 4th down coming up here for New Waverly. We'll be back in a moment. This is New Waverly Bulldog football live tonight on the Bulldog Nation Broadcast Network. Stay with us.
Hey, New Waverly sports fans, Robert Lindeman here. Dream of shining on the field? At Hit Solutions Player Development, we're all about helping instruct the stars to shine. Every player has the brilliance within. We're here to magnify it. Dive deep into the fundamentals of baseball and softball with proven strategies and top-tier techniques. But it's not just about physical skills. We unlock the mental side of the game. Learn the ABCs, attitude, belief, confidence, and the list goes on, shaping you into the best player God created you to be. Remember, as individuals shine, the whole team rises to victory. At Hit Solutions, we believe every star deserves its moment. And speaking of stars, Hit Solutions Player Development is proud to support New Waverly football. Here's to a stellar season. For more information, visit HITTSS.com.
Welcome back to New Waverly Bulldogs football, presented by Walker County Federal Credit Union. Alongside Ed Watto, here's Rob Hipp.
Back at it, friends. Thanks for joining us high atop the Bulldog Stadium and the Hit Solutions broadcast booth. I'm Rob Hipp along with the Ed Watto. Ed, not too bad as far as the defense goes in this ball game so far, but we're seeing a lot here from New Waverly. We'll see how they capitalize on this 4th down. What can they do here?
I think a designed run play to Cade Garrett is what I would do. It could be a pass play, though.
It is a pass. It's 4th and 22. Garrett over center, too low. That ball may have just got out of his fingertips, and it's incomplete. Turnover on downs. He was trying to go to Zane Sykes again. Garrett immediately grabbed his face mask. He knew as soon as that one came out that it wasn't going anywhere. Tough break for the young man. But still, I'm cool with the call because you punt the ball. There's a risk of it kind of rolling in. You go down there, then you get it back at the 20. You're really still in good position if you're on the defensive side of the ball for New Waverly.
Look, your defense has been playing pretty good. Some of these points at 14-7 were given up by your offense. So I think I agree with the call. At this point, your defense has to get a stop, make something happen right here.
Teague starting out on their own 26-yard line, moving from right to left, leading 14-7, 4 straight up to go here in the Slot Construction second quarter. One back to either side. Handoff will go on the left side. 30, down lower, 35, and finally ricocheting out of bounds. The ball carrier there was Jacobrine Harris, and he picks up, boy, he was close there. Maybe he picked up 10. He did. 10 yards got him a first down. That'll move the chains.
Nice run by him up to the left side. New Waverly's got to get the linebacker scraping across and make a play on that.
It's first down and 10 for Teague after they move the sticks. The ball on their own 38-yard line, left hash. Good crowd here tonight at Bulldog Stadium.
Looks like Coach Schaub is not at all happy with the spot of the football.
Clock stopped at 3:29, Ed.
Yeah, he's saying, hey, I saw exactly where this kid went out of bounds.
The officials are talking things over just outside the 30. While they're having that chat, we'll have a quick discussion here and thank our friends at McGillberry Mechanical Heating and Cooling, offering a complete range of HVAC services for Huntsville and the surrounding areas. It's McGillberry Mechanical Heating and Cooling. They are our first down sponsor again this season. And thanks to everybody who came back. Boy, we had everybody but 2, and then we picked up a few more sponsors this year. So thank you to everybody for your generous support and helping us to bring this coverage to New Waverly fans. Still talking things over. Do they end up moving that a little bit? It's on the 34. They moved that
ball back 4 yards.
Wow.
Yeah. The line judge on this side is the appropriate one, and he had marked it on the field.
Well, the chain gang's just kind of hanging out over here. They're not even set yet. The official is over there on the sideline with them. Do you see this, Ed?
I see this, yeah.
I mean, they were about to get this ball in play, and they said, wait a minute, they're still trying to get the chain set up over here. And so that will – well, it was still a first down, right?
It is a first down.
Well,
yeah.
Chain gain over there has it as second down. That's not correct.
Yeah, this should be 1st and 10 for them.
Yeah, they're still trying to just get the chain set over here. No, you know what? They're going to move the chain back, and because of that, he only got 9 yards, so it's second.
Yards.
Well, no, now they're going to move it again, Ed. So now they're going to say maybe he got about 7 yards on the play.
Yards.
Boy,
okay.
I guess he got just about every amount of yards you could think of on that play.
We'll take it. Yeah.
It'll be second down with 3 to go.
Call it 2nd and 3 here, so it was not a first down. Ball on the left hash, line of scrimmage just inside the 35. Low snap. Leha. This one up. It is incomplete. How about
Almost
the coverage? There was incomplete around the 30-yard line, and beautiful coverage on the play by
11,
Kenton Reese.
Kenton Reese really did a nice job on that play, staying off of the receiver, but getting his hands on the football. Really a nice job there. Nice coverage breaking up that play.
The receiver there got an eye full of Reese's Pieces on that play.
That's right.
The 34-yard line from right to left. It is 3rd down and 3. The Bulldogs trying to hold yet again here on defense. One back to either side of Leha, one receiver to either side. Ball on the left hash. Low snap. Hand off to the back. He picks it up. Does not get the first. Ed, we'll see. He was very close. The forward progress may have given it to him, but I think he may have just been inches short. We'll see what the call is.
They're moving the chains forward.
Oh.
Looked like he was hit in the backfield and stopped up short. Officials, it's their first game too. They're struggling a little bit here with the spotting of this ball.
Hey, I won't judge him, man. It took about 8 minutes to get things rolling up here, man. Actually, my morning, Ed, started 5:30, and all the prep leading up to this, still at 4 o'clock, scrambling to get things wrapped up. There was a lot going on today. It'll bring up first down and 10 from the 34 on their own side for Teague. This snap also bobbles. Leha, though, able to pick it up and turn something.
Ball's
Nothing.
loose
The
on the
ball
ground.
is on the ground. Picked up by New Waverly at the 40. Spinning around and slammed down. New Waverly defense coming up huge, huge, huge as that ball popped out of Leha. And trying to see who's coming up from the bottom of the pile down there for the Bulldogs. And I think it was that the big 2-3, Travia Davis III?
I think that was Travia Davis.
Number 23, Travia Davis III.
How about that?
That'll be first down to Waverly.
TD3 with a little fumble recovery.
So this is a big power shift in the game. New Waverly needs to capitalize on this. No slow developing plays. They've got to snap this ball quick. And it's a turnover, and the officials wanting to get New Waverly on the field.
New Waverly will start this possession on the Teague 36-yard line, and for the second time tonight, New Waverly will start in Teague territory. Last time they was back in the second. It was the third possession when they're on the Teague 45. They capitalized on that 4-yard touchdown pass to Kenton Reese. And here is a run carry up that right side. Ball carrier Hunter Henry. And boy, Henry didn't look like he got much, Ed, but as he got up a lot of yards after the run, after that initial contact, picked up maybe 5 or so. It's going to bring up second down in a manageable 5 or 6.
That's right, pushing the whole pile. Carter Scarborough in the game at tight end.
Here is Henry again, eludes one defender, back to the right side, 30, stiff arms another, leaps forward, and he's able to hold on to it. It popped out at the last moment, but he fell on it. A 4-yard run. He's 1 yard short of the first down after he got it inside the 30 to around the 27-yard line or so. Man, how about it for Henry? He is really coming alive tonight.
Yeah, number 64, Hunter McBride, offensive lineman, with a really heads-up play, recovering that New Waverly fumble there.
2:30 and ticking in the slot construction second quarter. Stay with us at halftime. We'll have the Nelson Amias Collision Center halftime show. Here is New Waverly. Ball is on the 27 or so. Handoff. Slowly goes over to Dylan Thomas. And Thomas may have lost a yard or so on that play. It's going to bring up third down and short.
Yeah.
Tackle for loss by number 1.
No, fourth down, I beg your pardon. It's going to bring up 4th and 2 after the TFL.
Really, these slow developing plays when you're in this type of situation are really detrimental to kind of keeping this drive alive. It's just something that needs to get worked on in practice. Hitting the hole at full speed and not trying to dance through there because you need every inch that you can get.
Give a shout out tonight to TJ Garrett back with us again. TJ's been helping me ever since I came to the Huntsville area running our cameras. By the way, the camera issues were not his fault tonight. I just wanted to make sure that folks know that was my fault, trying to work on some new equipment. Timeout is called here by New Waverly. Ed, we'll keep things right here as we continue on in the slot construction second quarter. Big shout out to our friends at Charlie's Used Cars and Tim Rushing. Customer satisfaction is our number one priority. My good friend Joshua Harris with the Oak Ridge Disciple House, a 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry, helping men ages 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addiction. You can learn more at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Hey, how about this one? Great sponsor, been with us for 2 years now. None other than Rally Point Advisors. Heard those guys do some great consultation work. Rally Point Advisors, a guy by the name of Ed Watto, simplifying negotiation and creating value. Ed, tell us about Rally Point, man.
Well, tonight Rally Point Advisors are focused on the game.
You're advising the game. You're advising the officiant.
Tonight the consulting out of Rally Point Advisors is let's not call any slow developing offensive plays.
There you go. Perfect. And that's a freebie from our friends at Rally Point Advisors.
Yeah, that's value added.
Also, big thank you to the Hawthorne family and Jared Hawthorne, Texas Signature Roofing. For expert roofing services backed by years of experience and satisfaction guaranteed, visit Texas Signature Roofing online at texassignatureroofing.com. So here's a very critical 4th down for New Waverly. It's 4th down and 2. Cade Garrett is out there as the quarterback, of course. Dylan Thomas in the gun. 2 receivers close on that right side. Ball favoring the right hash mark. Garrett clapping for it at the 33 in the gun. Hand off Thomas. Thomas, he's got enough for the first down. that little extra effort there and pushing the pile forward all the way up to the 25-yard line. And that is a McGilberry Mechanical Heating and Cooling first down on a fourth down for the Bulldogs.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You can't have any, when you're trying to you got these short yardage situations, you can't dance left or right. You've really just got to go and push the pile. Everybody pushing forward. Nice job on the left side of that line by William Colley, the sophomore, blocking, who's in for what appears to be the injured Chris Decker, who's really an outstanding lineman for New Waverly.
Cade Garrett in the gun. Running back behind him, Dylan Thomas. Here's the shotgun snap. Thomas, 25, leaps through one defender, spins around, and he's brought down on the play. And a big tackle there at the ankles by Trip Egbert. So Egbert, just a short gain there, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage.
Really got to hurry up here. The clock's at 52 seconds, and this has taken a long time to get the play in. Got to dial up something to get you down the field because it's now at 42. You've got a ways to go.
Yeah, you're on the 24. Here is Thomas. Thomas eludes the defender. 25, straight up, hit hard, still on his feet though, and he's down at the 21-yard line. Clock ticking at 30. That is a gain of about 4 on the play on that right side, and here comes a little bit more of a hurry up with 22 seconds now. They should probably just spike the ball, and they do on a 2nd and 9. And so the ball is spiked here, and you still got time. I mean, you got 18 seconds. You can get a couple of plays off here, Ed, but the problem is you're now, I believe, at 3rd down. That wasn't a 3rd down spike, was it?
I thought that was a 3rd down.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, if it was, that's going to be 4th and 9. Or beg your pardon, about 4th and 5. Boy, I don't know about that. That's – all right, well, Cade Garrett's out here in the gun, and now we have a timeout called by Teague. So Teague calling the timeout. It's 14-7, 18 seconds to go here in the Slot Construction second quarter. And I wonder if you look up at that one, Ed, definitely not questioning any play calling, but, you know, maybe that down marker got away from you on that one because it was 3rd down, I believe.
Right, maybe there was some confusion there. But with the spiking of the football, here's the deal. You've got 18 seconds. That timeout by Teague was actually a gift.
Yeah.
Right? I know Teague was nervous, and that's why they took it. But New Waverly, you need to do 2 things in the huddle here. You got to call 2 plays, even though it's 4th down. You got to call 2 plays. But you got to dial up your first best play that you possibly have, and it cannot be slow developing.
So, yeah, you've got this opportunity here. And here on the flip side, Bulldogs, they're out of timeouts. That was the first timeout taken by Teague. And so if Teague can find a way to stop here, they've got 18 seconds and 2 timeouts to play with a 7-point advantage, 14-7. I would assume they would just take a knee because they will receive the ball to start the second half. Ball is resting on the 21-yard line. It's 4th down and 6. No one in the backfield here.
2 tight ends in the game.
Cade Garrett will put one of those. Hunter Henry comes in the tight end spot. Now there's a false start on the left side of the line. That was a huge jump up there. Carter Scarborough got the initial jump, and it's a false start.
The offense. That'll be a 5-yard mark off. We'll replay.
Well, now you go to 4th and 11, Ed, and the ball will move out to near the 30-yard line. We'll see the official spot. They're actually going to mark it at the 26. That's a tough one. So here you go, 4th and 11. Same formation remains in. Hunter Henry in motion. Cade Garrett steps back at the 35. Looking to pass, throws over center. This one in traffic. It is up and incomplete. And a flag flies late. Boy, there may have been a pass interference. Zane Sykes was down there. 2 flags actually fly. And I'm going to be honest. I'm not biased. I'm going to be honest. It looked like some fairly good coverage at first. Maybe there was something I didn't see with the part of this window blocking my view over here.
It looked like it was good coverage. There was – I picked up Zane Sykes after the ball, and it is in the area of –
it's in the area of pass interference.
Call on the field.
It is PI against Teague, and boy, how about that gift for New Waverly now?
That's a huge gift for New Waverly. It's 1st down. I think you run a pass play. You don't have a timeout, but maybe you could also just get the field goal unit on here and kick a field goal.
You got 11 seconds.
That is different than the NFL. It's only a 15-yard penalty, not spot of the foul.
So a 15-yard penalty as we're hearing Kevin Edney. He's the great public address announcer here, informing folks of how that works. But it is enough. You know, you're in that first down. You do get the first down. And now it's 1st and 10 from, what, the 11? I think you can still get a yard in there. But time is not your friend. It's 11 seconds. Here's a handoff, Hunter Henry. Right side, 10, leaps forward. He's down to around the 6. They've got to hurry, though. I don't know, Ed, if they're going to be able to spike this one. 3, 2. Well, I don't think they got it. Boy, tough break there for New Waverly. They were not able to get down there quick enough and spike that ball.
The time expires.
And the time will expire. And that'll end the slot construction second quarter. 14-7. Teague will head into the locker room with the advantage. New Waverly not able to capitalize there late in that second. Coming up, the Nelson Amias Collision Center halftime show. Ed and I will break it down. We'll also have a listen at our wonderful New Waverly Bulldog band. This is New Waverly Bulldog football from SHN Sports. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
7.
Hello, New Waverly Bulldogs football fans. Looking to beat the heat? 3 Spoons Yogurt in Huntsville has got you covered. Located at 1524 11th Street in Huntsville, 3 Spoons Yogurt is the proud supporter of your very own New Waverly Bulldogs. With a mouth-watering selection of flavors and a rainbow of toppings, 3 Spoons Yogurt offers the perfect treat for any Bulldogs fan. Don't miss out on any of the frosty fun. Follow them on Facebook at 3 Spoons Yogurt Huntsville TX for all the latest scoop. So when you're craving something cool, remember, the only thing cooler than the yogurt at 3 Spoons is being a New Waverly Bulldogs fan.
The first 2 chapters have been written. Where do the Bulldogs stand at the half? It's time for the Nelson Amias Collision Center halftime show. Here's Rob Hipp.
Welcome back as we get underway here in the Nelson Amias Collision halftime show. Big thank you to Nelson Amaya. Know him personally, great man in Huntsville. Nelson Amaya, where honest work meets community focus, keeping Walker County safe and smiling since 1999. The Teague Lions band will take the field first, and no disrespect to the visiting bands, we always showcase our New Waverly band. But Ed, this is our time here in this segment to kind of talk about that first half. And you go back, tough break there for New Waverly. They had a little bit of life going into that, but they just simply ran out of time. They were getting close and weren't able to spike that ball and try to at least get a field goal opportunity out of it.
Right. Going down the field, it felt like they just continued to play on the edge and have a little bit of momentum here and there as they got new life by that penalty.
Again, I was told that
and
the raffle,
trying to
get
into the end zone there and manage the clock with run plays. It just when you're down to that 11 seconds, that's got to be a very quick developing pass play, and that just that strategy didn't work.
You know, I was going back and looking here, and 2 touchdowns, of course, scored in that first half of play for the Teague Lions. One of those is on the offensive side from New Waverly. Cade Garrett just threw it. It was a pick 6 back 50 yards the other way. I know he'll learn from that. A great young man. These are teaching moments, too, for these young students. But things, really, you go through the first 4 possessions, 1 possession each, or 2. The first 4 possessions total, New Waverly starts out on their own 27-yard line. They're forced to punt the ball. Teague starts out on their own 46. It's a turnover on downs. That was a huge stop and a lot of defensive momentum, I believe, for New Waverly because Teague on their first possession started on their own 46, and they were threatening to go down and score. What a stand by that New Waverly Bulldog defense.
New Waverly has some strength in their defense, and we saw that early in that first quarter, and then in the second quarter as well, when they just were continuing to pursue from Dylan Thomas pursuing Zach Leha, Brody Watto making a tackle for a loss, him having to work out of his own end zone is really frustrating for anybody on the offense. It's frustrating for offensive linemen, but it makes quarterbacks nervous to work back there.
You go back to the second possession for New Waverly, started out on their own 5. They had to punt. Teague, the Bulldog defense, forcing them to punt after a drive started on their own 13. And then it was New Waverly getting on the board first, going into that second quarter. It's only 8 seconds off of the slot construction second quarter. It was a drive that started on the Teague 45, but capped off a 4-yard touchdown pass from Cade Garrett to Kenton Reese. The extra point was good. Again, just about 8 seconds gone into that slot construction second quarter. 7-0 for New Waverly. Teague gets it back, and then it is a drive that starts for them right dead center on the 50-yard line. That was capped off by an 18-yard touchdown pass. And Ed, you have to excuse me, I got papers all over the place tonight, into the hands of, I believe it was Bryce Bates that brought that one in. At that point, it was a 2-point conversion, so Teague took the lead instead of it being tied with the field goal. They went for the 2-point conversion as their quarterback, Leha, ran it in 8-7 at the 8-minute mark. Then New Waverly, right back on that ensuing possession, started out on their own 37. It was a pick six as Harris took it to the house, 14-7. And that is where things kind of rest right now. A couple of other possessions. Teague, that interception, the pick six. So New Waverly gets it back, starts on their own 15. It was a turnover on downs. Teague gets it for their 5th time of the night, starts on their own 26. And then they fumbled the ball. Travia Davis III coming up with that. New Waverly gets it on the Teague 36. It was the 2nd time of the night that Teague had that ball, or that New Waverly had that ball in Teague territory. But as we know and everyone saw, time ran down, weren't able to capitalize.
That's right. And really there's been a lot of great things that we've seen out of New Waverly tonight. We know this is a very good Teague football team. Again, picked to win their district. New Waverly probably picked to finish 3rd in their district overall in a lot of the polls. The kids, we know they want to change that. We're early in the year. And lots and lots of learning. We've seen, especially out of our sophomores and juniors that have sort of risen to the occasion. Kenton Reese has done some really great things that we've seen. Also, Trey Davis as the second as well. So lots of things to build on and capitalize on. But look, there's another half to play. The Bulldogs want to win this football game. So they've got to come out with a little bit more enthusiasm. Those young guys, really that junior class, when they get an opportunity on the football, they've got to make something happen to contribute. And then your older guys, the Hunter Henry, the Dylan Thomas, Cade Garrett, Brody Watto, the big offensive linemen, they need to be contributing their part and controlling the line of scrimmage.
We'll step aside and take a break. We'll let you enjoy the sounds of the Teague Lions Band, and then following that will be the New Waverly Band. We are at halftime, about 21 minutes to go until we get things going into the 3rd quarter. This is the Nelson Amayas Collision Center halftime show, and it's New Waverly Bulldog football from SHN Sports. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
And now at this time, we will acknowledge our twirlers and guard for the 2024-25 school year. Twirler, Alex Aderman. Twirler and guard, Amethyst Trace and Gracie Brown. And color guard, Layla McNeil, Lillian Chambliss, Miranda Valle, Sophia McKenzie, and Gracie Brown. And now put your hands together for the THS Twirlers and Color Guard performing to Land of a Thousand Dances. Ladies and gentlemen, the Teague Line Band. Introducing the 2024-2025 New Waverly Silver Stars drill team. The Silver Stars are led by sophomore captain Gabriela Oliveras, All-American nominee. Sophomore Lieutenant Alexis Humphreys. Other line members include Hannah Mercer, All-American nominee. Lexi Williams. Abby Harrison. Brooklyn Vick, Samantha Lucas, Ella Jane, All-American nominee. The Silver Star of the Week is Ella Jane. The Stars will be performing a palm routine to Queen Mix. Good luck, ladies.
That was our New Waverly Silver Stars.
Please welcome to the field the new Waverly Bulldog Band. The band is under the field direction of Drum Major Junior Efren Ramirez and Assistant Drum Major Junior Olivia Mullaney. The leadership team includes Woodwind Captain Junior Jenna Yeager, Brass Captain Junior Efren Ramirez, and Drumline Captain Senior Madison Wood. Recognized for esprit de corps for this week are sophomores Eris Barrow and Stephanie Morris. The band will be performing the first movement of their Revived Hits halftime show, Danger Zone. That's your New Waverly High School Bulldog Band. Let's give them a round of applause. Everybody stand up for that band as they come off the field. Let's also give another round of applause for the Teague Lion Band. Thank you so much for your performance. Of course, that Silver Star drill team, thank you so much for preparing the last couple of weeks and with intensity to come out here and put on a show at halftime. we go, band!
Welcome to the home of the Bulldogs. This is your playlist for game day.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
The Nelson Amaya's Collision Center halftime show continues. Now let's return to Rob Hipp.
Well, not only Rob Hipp, but Ed Watto also. Ed, beautiful playing from not only the Teague Lions band, but the new Waverly Bulldog band there just a few moments ago. And, you know, we always want to make sure that we can give those young people their due and well-deserved attention as well. They work so hard in the band, and you know, they don't get enough credit, these students, and I know a lot happens on the football field, but it's not just the football game. It's the whole pageantry of the night. And, boy, what pageantry it is tonight. I got up. I don't know what I was thinking of. I thought maybe I could go there and get something to drink. And then I said, well, wait a minute, that ain't going to work. So I got a little exercise at halftime. But I walked back, and just so many wonderful people here in New Waverly. And everyone's excited. You can just feel that Friday night light excitement in the air tonight.
Absolutely. What a wonderful evening. Folks from Teague have traveled down hour and a half, down Interstate 45 to get here. Field in relatively good condition, considering all the rain we had this week, and really looking beautiful. New Waverly in a whole bunch of new uniforms, maroon and white, and so it's been a great night so far.
Awesome, man. Well, we are about a little under 3 minutes until we get things going again here. We want to welcome you in tonight. Let us know that you're out there, too. We'd love to hear from you. A big shout-out to all of our crew, especially you, Ed. Of course, appreciate you as Teague runs back out onto the field. They just ran through their sign over there, and New Waverly's got that Bulldog, man. That thing's ready to pounce.
The Bulldog is ready for the New Waverly team to come charging through it. Teague really has done some very nice things tonight, some very smart things. New Waverly's defense has looked pretty strong. I think its execution on offense is where really been sort of the difference here in this first half. little things that have had impacts. So, you think of that pick six that Teague picked off. The receiver really has to not let the ball float when that ball's coming to him. The New Waverly receiver really has got to come back for that and fight for that ball. That's really kind of the way that play is designed, and because it is a slow developing play, got read all the way. But New Waverly's done some really positive things offensively and defensively. Young guys getting experience, and soon they will not be inexperienced players anymore.
We are about a minute and a half until we get things rolling in the Oak Ridge Disciple House third quarter. We'll take a final break. Third quarter action coming up when we come back. This is New Waverly Bulldog football on the SHN Sports Broadcast Network.
The third quarter is brought to you by the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Here's Rob Hipp.
Big thank you to the Oak Ridge Disciple House, a 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering with drug and alcohol addictions. There's help and light at the end of the tunnel, and it can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. More information online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. New Waverly runs through the tunnel, and they are set to get going. Now, keep in mind, though, New Waverly will kick this one off to Teague to start this Oak Ridge Disciple House third quarter.
Teague's getting the ball right now, so New Waverly's going to have to make something happen on defense, get a stop. They've already been able to get that ball out onto the ground a couple of times and capitalize on that with the turnover. So New Waverly going out on defense has got to make something happen.
Still down to about 5 seconds and ticking down. We're set to get underway here. Friday Night Lights continues. Rain has not been a factor. I thought maybe that would be a factor going in. The forecast called for some rain, but those ominous clouds dodged the New Waverly area and has not been a problem tonight. Still don't even see anything on the radar really headed this way, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about it too much. My wife, kids, and I, and my sister's coming into town. She's on her way tonight with my two nieces, my brother-in-law, and we were all supposed to head to the beach tomorrow, a little day away. But I'm sitting here thinking, Ed, I got a lot of college stuff I got to catch up on too now.
That's right. Looks like Trey Sherwin set to kick. Carter Scarborough out there on the kickoff team. Jack Register, Zeke Barahel, and several others.
Prebrian Harris set back to receive as part of two receivers back on the kicking team. This one, though, short, and it will fair catch around the 40-yard line. That's where we'll start here in this Oak Ridge Disciple House third quarter of play. Also want to thank our friends at Slot Construction for both residential and commercial construction, site prep, and forestry services in Southeast Texas. Turn to Slot Construction. They are your reliable partner since 2005. And also a new sponsor this year, Magnolia Kennel, where dogs get to be dogs. Doggy daycare, overnight, and extended stay boarding. Visit magnoliakennel.com to book your dog's next stay. Book the Bulldogs over at Magnolia Kennel, Ed.
Absolutely. I know that the reason that they're kicking that high and short is really to avoid that return as New Waverly defense takes the field. But Trey Sherwin's got a nice leg. He's a soccer player, and he's been a great kicker on varsity in previous years here as well.
Teague will start on their own 40, and here is a handoff on the left side and a healthy run here on first down. Looked like it may have got 10 yards, but they're going to say that the back went out of bounds around the 46-yard line. So what would have been 10 yards, they're actually going to rule just maybe about 5 or 6. It was Leha, the quarterback, with the keeper there on that left side, Ed.
Yeah, designed run play, took the ball and just went to the left side. One of the New Waverly linebackers pursued him, but is injured on the play. Looks like coming in will be number 58, Otto Wineland, coming in at linebacker.
Yeah, the sophomore there. Quite a few sophomores on this team. And, Ed, I wanted to go over just a few kind of nuggets, if you will, here in this ballgame. Talked earlier about Coach Saab in his 11th year, 8th as a head coach. A lot of leadership behind him. But the Bulldogs this season, we mentioned a little bit in that pregame, added 24 new players this year, boosting their roster size. And really, you know, when you have those kind of numbers coming in, it starts to create some competition for some of those skill areas as well, not just receivers. Well, not just skill, but all across the field. It's a good thing for New Waverly to have this growth, especially for this football program.
It does. And we've seen this a little bit tonight with getting like Hunter Henry a break or him getting a series, and then Dylan Thomas getting a series, Trey Davis getting a series at running back. We did see Chris Decker, number 66, leave the game with an injury. I don't know if he's been back yet. We hope and pray for the young man. He's a great asset to this team. But coming in for him was number 52, William Colley, at that left guard spot. And now Dylan Thomas seems to be up under his own power.
Yeah, that's good to see Thomas there. We've seen that twice tonight with New Waverly players, where they were down for a little bit. Coach Schaub went out there. Dylan Thomas had a phenomenal first half, by the way. Some big key runs in that first half for the Bulldogs. You talk about the senior class this year, too, the largest in New Waverly history. 18 seniors leading the team.
Never happened in New Waverly history before, as far as we can tell. I think it's, the 10 years or so that I've been around New Waverly, the senior classes, last year was 6. We've had as many as 16, but that was even a kind of a stretch.
Bring up 2nd down and 5 here for Teague now from left to right. Ball resting on the 45-yard line, left hash. Leha passes in the flats over to the right side. The return, the receiver has it across the 50 into Bulldog territory, well enough for a first down to around the 42-yard line, about a 14-yard gain or so. And Harris there with the reception. Sykes coming up with the tackle into Bulldog territory on that right side on the right hash at the 42.
Yeah, just a pass to the outside. And coming off the field, we saw that time as Mason Bueller taking his helmet off. So I don't know if he's got a cramp or what is going on, but we did see number 58, Otto Wineland, come into the game. And I'm not sure of our full complement of linebackers as Teague comes up to the line of scrimmage.
One receiver to either side. It's 1st and 10 from the New Waverly 42. Here's a handoff to Seiler, who was making headlines early in this ball game. Been a little quiet, and they're only picking up a yard or two. I'm surprised they haven't went to him more. Big body on that team. The fullback on the offensive side, linebacker on the defense. That senior's a big body out there.
That's right. Also got number 24 in the game now for New Waverly, Dub Simmons. With probably with Dylan Thomas. Looks like Dylan Thomas had a cramp. I mean, this is these cramps and stuff. This is why nutrition is so important for these kids at halftime, and salt, pickle juice, and that sort of stuff.
1st and 10 from the New Waverly 42 from left to right. Teague with the lead, 14-7, 10:25 to go in the Oak Ridge Disciple House third. Here's the pass over right side. It's intercepted. Intercepted, falls back, and thank goodness they're not going to call any type of safety back there. They gave him the forward progress, but it's intercepted by Zane Sykes. Leaping up, pulling it down with surround sound, baby.
Not necessarily, loving the spot. The officials had a lot of leeway there to make a decision because his momentum carried him into the end zone.
Where are they going to spot this
out at the 20?
Okay, so at first they had it on like the 5.
The first official was like saying that, and his momentum clearly carried him into the end zone. I mean, yeah, it's just, come on, guys. You can do better.
May need to get our friends, over there at Rally Point Advisors down there.
The lead official tonight has done a great job. I'm proud of him, and he's done a phenomenal job. He's got some young guys around him, and it's obvious.
Ball is at the 20-yard line for New Waverly, so they will start after that interception by Sykes just moments ago, trailing 14-7, 10:16 to go. Delta formation here for New Waverly. And a quarterback is in there now. It's Devin Wilson. He got the snap, and Wilson hands off, goes up the middle to Hunter Henry. Henry only picking up maybe 1 or 2, but I love that formation, by the way.
Yeah, nice 2-yard gain. Got to get a little bit more of a push up front. Looks like there's some different packages coming in. Nope. We're staying in the game with Devin Wilson at quarterback.
Yeah, and still going in that Delta formation again. One back to either side, one behind him. And now a handoff again to Hunter Henry, and they read it like a picture book again, and only a yard gain. Going to bring up 3rd down and a long 7 or 8.
Off right tackle by number 25, Hunter
So that'll
Henry.
bring Cade Garrett back into the game. Probably with this 3rd and long, you're thinking
In on
pass.
the tackle, number 13, Cliff Coleman.
Brody Watto's into the ball game now as he steps back in, Ed. Zane Sykes is out there, and also down on that left side, Kenton Reese, who had the big grab earlier for the touchdown. Is that Reese or is that 16?
That is number 16, Zeke Barahel.
Yeah. It's 3rd and 7. Handoff to Hunter Henry on a misdirection. He thought about going to the left, cut back to the right, only picked up a few to the 25. That's going to be well short of the first down. And see if New Waverly, a rare punt. We've only seen one tonight or so. And boy, if Bulldogs not able to capitalize after that interception just moments ago, that's always a tough break.
Jackson Hathorn in there at a long snap. Looks like Cade Garrett deep to punt. Number 3, Devin Wilson, the up back in the punt formation.
Number 7, Cade Garrett. Receive. Back to receive the punt. Number 5, Jacabrian Harris.
Jacabrian Harris set back to receiver on the 40, and here is Cade Garrett. This one, a line punt, will take a drop in favor of New Waverly, and this one will start rolling, and finally down to around the 31-yard line. We'll step aside, we'll take a break. Stay with us, more to come. This is New Waverly Bulldog football live tonight here on the SHN Sports Broadcast Network. We'll be right back after this.
Struggling with addiction or know someone who is? There's light at the end of the tunnel, and it shines bright at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. As a 501c3 Christian ministry, they are dedicated to helping men aged 18 and older rebuild their lives free from the chains of drug and alcohol addiction. Be reminded, there's always hope, always a new beginning. Discover your fresh start with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Proud supporters of Bulldog football, because just like the Bulldogs, the spirit at Oak Ridge stands strong. Find out more at Bulldog football is presented by Walker County Federal Credit Union. Now, let's go back to the gridiron. Here's Rob Hitt with the call.
Teague starting here on their own 31-yard line. Looked like the runner went down, and boy, he just kept barreling his way forward after a 3 or 4 yard gain. Went about another 15 in between the 45 and the 50. Ed, that's a healthy run to start things for the Teague Lions, all the way up to the 47.
Yeah, that's just poor tackling. That's poor technique. Our guys have to do better, and so if they're listening to this afterwards, boys, you got to do a better job at tackling. That's just the Teague team is tough, but they're not that tough.
3 receivers to the left side, nobody down to the right. Now a man in motion is Seiler. Here is a handoff to the running back, the 2-2, and going in between the hash marks, finally favoring that left side into Bulldog territory at the 48-yard line. A gain of about 6 there for Nyland Coaster. Coaster will bring up 2nd down and 6, maybe 5. It looks like 2nd and 5 here in Bulldog territory.
Yeah, just design run plays. They're taking advantage of the run here, bringing in Lewis Smith at the tackle position, and trying to see who else is in there moving around.
Trips down to the right. It is 2nd down and 5 for the Teague Lions in Bulldog territory. Handoff to Coaster, and this time Coaster's met up by the other 2-2, which is Brody Watto. No gain on the play, and a beautiful job there by the senior linebacker, Brody Watto. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
So on that punt earlier, I just wanted to say, I think it was Cabrian Harris on that, and Jack Register raced down the field. It looked like Harris was going to take the ball, but as soon as he saw Register, he just passed on it. But I know we're 3 plays past that, but I just wanted to point that out before the
here's a 3rd and 5, and Coaster only got 4. He met a brick wall of Bulldogs.
By number 22, Nyland Coaster.
And it looks like he stopped about a yard short. Very critical 4th down. New Waverly has been good on defense in these short situations. We'll see if they can hold here on a 4th and short. This would be huge with 6:05 to go in the Oak Ridge Disciple House 3rd.
This is a big play for this game. 14-7, 6 minutes to go. Ty Smithers got to blow up the center of that offensive line here, and New Waverly's got to make a stop.
Waverly showing 4 up front and a little bit of pressure coming. 2 backs to either side. Pressure coming, caught, and he stopped. Oh, baby, they stopped him for a loss in the backfield, and a huge tackle on the play after the catch. Travia Davis the third, and he brought the third degree.
Travia Davis read that all the way. That slow developing play looked like it was going to be a run, and then was a pass play to the side. Turnover on downs for New Waverly with 5:33 to go. First down. Be interesting to see what New Waverly does with this good midfield position.
New Waverly will start on their own 47-yard line, moving from right to left. 5:33 to go here in the Oak Ridge Disciple House third quarter, trailing 14-7. Kenton Reese, a receiver all the way up top to the right, and Dylan Thomas is back in the ball game. That's good news for New Waverly. Cade Garrett, the quarterback, standing at the gun at the 41. Here's the snap, handoff, Thomas left side, 45, and he is trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. They're going to mark him a yard, maybe two behind. A tackle for loss on the play by Teague.
So that was a perfect example. Thomas trying to look for a hole, but he's really, you've got to hit the hole. With a team that is this fast, you cannot wait. You can't take any delay. You've got to hit these holes at full speed.
It wasn't a TFL. They'll mark it back at the original line at second down and 10. Cade Garrett in the gun at the 42. He will hand off over here and a tackle immediately. Nowhere to go on the play for Travia Davis the second, but ankle tackle coming up on that play. And
ball, number 26,
Harris was there.
Second.
You know, this is a passing down, third and very long. Teague's just flying around the field. I think you've got to roll Garrett left or right and try and hit one of your short receivers. Carter Scarborough in the game at tight end right now. I would try and hit him in the seam. The tight ends have been open.
It's third and a long 15. Cade Garrett stepping back, flags fly. There's going to be a hold back there. Garrett's just going to run this one out of bounds around the 45.
Ball is carried by number 7. Senior quarterback Cade Garrett. There are flags on the field.
We are streaming tonight across various platforms throughout
Signal on the
Facebook
field is a hold by the offense.
and also on YouTube. And I'll be honest, I just want folks in Facebook land to know next week and following we will probably stick just to YouTube. We did it tonight just with some technical difficulties. But make sure that you follow us, youtube.com/SHN Sports. Figured that they would. Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to decline that penalty. And that'll bring up fourth and long.
So, again, Jack Register up top. He's one of those guys that gets down the field super quick. A good punt with him covering. He was the special teams player of the year last year. So, really need to get a good punt off here to get a better field position.
Otto Wineland running on late here. So, that was right off the back of Teague's player there, but a timeout was called before the punt got off. Timeout, was that called by New Waverly? No, it was called by Teague. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in a moment. 4:19 to go in the Oak Ridge Disciple House third quarter. Teague leading 14-7, and they'll have the ball when we come back after a punt. Stay with us, more to come. This is your New Waverly Bulldogs football here on SHN Sports. We'll be right back.
Struggling with addiction or know someone who is? There's light at the end of the tunnel, and it shines bright at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. As a 501c3 Christian ministry, they are dedicated to helping men aged 18 and older rebuild their lives free from the chains of drug and alcohol addiction. Be reminded, there's always hope, always a new beginning. Discover your fresh start with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Proud supporters of Bulldog football, because just like the Bulldogs, the spirit at Oak Ridge stands strong. Find out more at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Second quarter action is brought to you by Slot Construction. Let's return to Ed Watto and the voice of the Bulldogs, Rob Hitt.
Cade Garrett set to punt this one away on a 4th and 15 for the Bulldogs. Here's the punt from the 36, high up into the air. This will have time to sell. Takes a roll. It is fielded at the 18-yard line on the left side. From right to left, it is Harris. Harris finding daylight. Harris across the 50 to the 40. He's on his way. He's going to take this one to the house, Ed. 10-5 touchdown, Harris. And Teague with another huge return here. One earlier after an interception, this time on a punt return for a touchdown. Boy, we'll call that one about 70 yards.
right? This one's just a blown punt coverage. Thought the defenders down the field, coming down, covering him, just needed to break down and allow the rest of that coverage to get with them. You just got to get a hold of something and just hold on to it for dear life. And Harris is just a really big, strong guy, and was able to elude defenders the entire way down the field.
Keyword Harris, about a 70-yard return, and
for the extra
point try
18,
here
Alex Lopez,
by Alex Lopez,
0,
the junior, set for the extra point try. Snap the hold, the kick is up on its way, and it is good. And it's 21-7 as Teague stretches the issue here with 4 minutes to go in the Oak Ridge Disciple House, fourth quarter. Ed, still plenty of time here in this ball game, but New Waverly really on this possession has to find a way to put some points on the board coming up. We'll keep it right here.
You're in a non-district game. You're playing a very good opponent. I think you need to take some risks and work on some, and with this offensive series, work on some things. Try and focus on some things. There's a lot of learning to come from this. We've seen some kids, the same kids, do great things tonight. We've seen those same kids do things that are fundamentally unsound because they just are in that learning phase. So I think at this point in the game, New Waverly needs to take this kick and just get a drive together, work it down the field, try some things that maybe they have not tried, or really coach them up on the sidelines and get them to focus absolutely on what they need to do.
Kenton Reese and Dylan Thomas set back the receive for New Waverly on that far right, but those kicks very rarely get back there that far, usually to about the second row or so of return men, and this one, the same issue. It will bounce back there, and Reese will pick it up at the 10. He's going to take a knee, and that should move it up for New Waverly. So here we go, the 9th possession of the night for the New Waverly Bulldogs, trailing 21-7 with 3:58 to go in this Oak Ridge Disciple House third quarter here tonight in New Waverly, Texas. Underway is 12 3A football action, and we will see what New Waverly is able to put together here on this 9th drive, Ed.
I think as you approach this 9th drive of the game, 3:58 in the quarter, I think you want to get something together that's a mix of a straight 50-50 of pass and run.
So here we go. Hunter Henry, the running back, there to the right hip of Cade Garrett. Garrett in the gun on around the 19. Handoff goes to Henry, left side, 25, cutting the corner, 30, 35, and he's finally out of bounds as he runs right near the bench. And a Teague player goes over there and has a seat next to a couple of New Waverly players. But how about that run? It is a McGilberry Mechanical Heating and Cooling first down for the Bulldogs on about a 12-yard run by Henry.
So the traditional wisdom would tell you to do the same play to the other side or to run the same play again.
Well, there you go. He goes to the other side, to the right side. Henry, 40. Lowers his shoulder, 45 near the 50. It's an 11-yard gain. The chains will move again at the 49-yard line. It's another McGilberry Mechanical Heating and Cooling first down for the Bulldogs.
Nice job here by the offensive coordinator. You see Henry coming out, Dylan Thomas going in, Henry getting a few gasps of air and going hurry up to the next play.
Ball on the 49. Now it is Dylan Thomas. Thomas trying to push the issue in between the marks. He'll cross the 50 to the 49. A 2-yard gain will bring up second down and 8 for the Bulldogs of New Waverly.
On the tackle, number 17, Braden Leha.
I think this drive could be one as they are going a little bit of tempo here, getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Brody Watto there's the tight end. Here's the snap. And Cade Garrett will keep it here. It's a delayed handoff attempt. It was not there, and then out of bounds, trying to get back across the original line of scrimmage, and he does. Andy will pick up a yard to the 48. That'll bring up third down and 7.
Short yardage pickup.
It's an interesting team. You know, I think these New Waverly Bulldogs, some of them a little bit a little bit of cobwebs here. You're into the season now. You can't if you're under pressure, you can't do a lot of stutter step. You've got to just hit the hole and get upfield.
Here's a critical 3rd and 7 pass in the flats over to the right side. Zane Sykes, and Sykes lost a yard. It's going to bring up 4th and 9.
Zane Sykes.
You got to go for it here, I would believe. 2:42.
I
down
think
by
you got to
scores.
go for it, but looks like they're bringing the punt team on. Just that play is one that has not worked tonight. They're just trying to – they want to make that work. I get it, but I really think they've got to look in some other seams in the flats have been open tonight.
Shakibrian Harris.
Shakibrian Harris, step back to receiver. Remember, he returned one earlier, about 70 yards on that previous possession. Here is the punt on its way. Cade Garrett, beautiful punt this time by Garrett. It will settle to Harris again. He picks it up at the 10, 15, eludes one defender, 20, still on his way, left side, down to the 40. Here comes Harris again. He's got to beat Cade Garrett, and he does. Harris trying to take this one to the house, and now we'll call it 80 yards. Keep it out of his hands. 80 yards for Harris on another punt return. My goodness.
So this is there's a remedy for this, and it's called a pursuit drill. So if we were talking about, heart surgery, or I'm going to be critical of the officials, the coaching staff has to work on a pursuit drill. That's absolutely critical. They cannot like me for saying that, but I'm going to tell the truth. And a pursuit drill in practice would correct that.
Well, the good news is early in the season, non-district play here. And, of course, some teaching moments for these Bulldogs tonight. 1:47 to go here in the Oak Ridge Disciple House third. Here's the extra point try. It's up through the uprights and good. It is now 28-7, again with 1:47 to go here in the Oak Ridge third. We'll step aside and take a break. Stay with us. More to come. This is New Waverly Bulldog football live tonight on the SHN Sports Broadcast Network.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
New Waverly football action continues on the Bulldogs Broadcast Network. Now back to the Hit Solutions broadcast booth. Along with analyst Ed Watto, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Rob Hipp.
Kickoff there by Teague goes out of bounds on an illegal procedure, and it will be the 10th possession here for New Waverly. Just moments ago, the Bulldogs punted it, and it was about an 80-yard return by Shakibrian Harris, his second back-to-back punt returns. 28-7, 1:47 to go here in the Oak Ridge third, and we'll see what happens on the offensive side, Ed.
So the score is 28-7, but two of these scores were given up by special teams. A third was given up by the offense. You've got, if you want to win football games, you want to compete with the likes of Teague, you've got to score points.
And this one will start from their own 35. Here is Henry, 40, and out of bounds near the 44-yard line. A good run on first down by Henry. But you get into these second and short, third and short, that's where the Bulldogs really need to capitalize. They're getting good yardage on that first down. It's the downs after that where they're having the issues.
Exactly, and a really nice block on the outside that time by Zeke Barrhill. Really clean, opened that hole up.
Gave him 9. Here is Henry now to the right side. This time he will get the first down. Needed a yard. He got 2 across the 45 to the 46-yard line. It's a first down for New Waverly. That'll move the sticks on another McGilberry Mechanical Heating and Cooling first down. 128 and ticking here in the Oak Ridge Disciple House third. Here's the handoff over to Thomas, and Thomas nowhere to run. He's going to be stopped for a loss on that rush, 2 yards back to the 44 on the left side.
So this is just like that last series, right? You get the big run by Henry, and then this tempo just falls apart, and we're not blocking up front, and we get into almost a little bit of predictability of the offense. Really would like to see some sort of different pass play than what they've tried so far.
2nd and 12, Thomas again the ball carrier, and Thomas again is stopped for a loss. This time wrapping him up right away was Corey Seiler, the fullback, the senior. And another loss on the play of maybe a yard or so. It's going to bring up third down and a very long 13 now for New Waverly. With 30 seconds remaining here in the Oak Ridge Disciple House third.
You know, Corey Seiler is one of those guys on this defense that you've got to block. Him and Jade Cole last year combined for over 200 tackles for Teague.
So here we go on a 3rd and 13. Cade Garrett in the backfield. And a fumble picked up, though, and the ball probably popped out again there. I'm not sure what was happening, and trying to hand it off over there in the backfield went into the hands. I don't know who 15 is on our roster.
Yeah, very young running back. Really.
Ball was carried by number 15, Khalil Major.
It was Khalil Major.
Khalil Major, one of the young guys on the team, showing his frustration.
4th down.
That does take us to the end of the Oak Ridge Disciple House third quarter. It's the Stephen Gregory Rollo Insurance fourth quarter coming up when we come back. Stay with us, and we'll have more here. This is New Waverly Bulldog football on the Bulldog Nation Broadcast Network.
When it comes to insurance, it's not just about getting the lowest price. It's about having someone you can rely on when it matters most. Stephen Gregory, a proud New Waverly native, understands that better than anyone. Whether it's protecting your home, your business, or your health, Stephen and his team at Rollo Insurance are here to help. Located just north of the square in Huntsville at 1010 University Avenue, Stephen Gregory offers personalized service with deep local roots. Visit them online at rolloinsurance.com. Rollo Insurance, proudly supporting Bulldogs football.
All right, back at it here. Rob Hipp alongside Ed Watto as we continue this one here tonight. It is the Stephen Gregory Rollo Insurance fourth quarter as we get underway. Appreciate their generous support. More information online at rolloinsurance.com.
It's 4th down. New Waverly setting up to punt. It does not seem like there's a deep man for Teague. I don't know if they're coming back for a block or they are conceding.
Back to punt, number 7, Cade Garrett.
Cade Garrett set to punt this one away. He will from the 32, kind of a short squib kick. This one will take a roll just out of bounds around the 42-yard line, and that is where Teague will have it with a 28-7 advantage. 11:51 to go as we're just underway here in this Stephen Gregory Rollo Insurance fourth quarter.
So as this quarter gets underway, goes back to the New Waverly defense. New Waverly, look, you can score on defense just as easily as you can on offense. You just got to knock that ball out. I would consider that Teague is just going to keep the ball on the ground. Of course, they could try some things, but considering they've been picked off tonight, they probably will keep this on the ground. So that's what it's going to be, the quick inside handoff or the run by the quarterback.
Teague will start on their own 43, passing a flat, goes high up into the air and pulled down, and a run here, still on his feet, 50 into Bulldog territory around the 40-yard line, and it's the yards after the catch and another first down, about a 15-yard gain to the 43. That was Jacabrian Harris, who has been the force here, especially in that third and now going into the fourth quarter, Ed.
Yeah, forget everything that I said before that last play, because Teague obviously going to work on some things and keeping their foot on the gas, trying to extend their lead.
Ball now on the New Waverly 44-yard line. Little stepping back, here's Leha. avoiding defenders, throws this one over his left shoulder. It is caught and complete at the 13-yard line. Around a 20-yard reception deep into Bulldog territory inside the red zone. And coming down there, he threw that one over to Braden Gaunt, the junior wide receiver.
I think he was out of bounds. It looks like they're coming all the way back here.
Well, that's – I was up here, Ed, looking, and it looked like he was – oh, it's a hold by the offense. That's why it's coming back. I was going to say the reception looked good.
Go back to the previous spot. They'll march 10 yards off.
So they'll take that back, and then 10 yards going behind that will bring up first down and 20. So a good break here for the New Waverly Bulldogs.
New Waverly not showing the same spark across the defense that they had earlier, looking not hanging their heads, but just not looking like they're slowing down a little bit.
Bring up first and 20 for the Teague Lions. Trips up top to the right. Leha with the keeper on the direct snap. Another flag is back there, Ed, around the 45 on that right side.
Jackson Hathorn and number 23, Travia Davis.
Jackson.
See what this one is. It's false start.
Okay. Yeah, so getting a little twitchy on that offensive line there. New Waverly just needs to keep
There is a flag on
keep
the far
pursuing
side of the field.
with their defense, playing aggressively. Had a swarm tackle there. Three guys, Jackson Hathorn, Ty Smithers, and Travia Davis, the third, all in on that tackle.
They'll take 5 more on that, Ed.
Yeah.
So what was first and 20 should be first and 25 now.
The offense was a false start. The referee signaled that the
And this one incomplete over to the left side. Not sure who the intended ball carrier was.
brings up third down.
But you'll take third and 25, Ed. That's about third down in Huntsville.
Teague just trying to get some work in here, going deeper in their playbook and continuing to prepare for their season. New Waverly really defensively has a good opportunity to make something happen because Teague really just trying to work through the playbook from what we can tell.
So third and 25 here for Teague. New Waverly going to try to hold, expect to pass here. Got to watch out. I don't know if Harris is out there on the field or not. 2 receivers to either side, ball on the left hash from right to left. Leah steps back, being chased down here, trying to elude defenders, throws this one over his left shoulder, caught at the 40. 35 and slung forward, and that may be enough for a first down, Ed. Wow, threw it right over into the hands of Colton Smith, and I think he's got the first down.
Yeah, big play by Teague. Rolling Zach Leha around and getting what they needed out of that reception. Brought down on the play by Travia Davis, the third. As Teague comes to the line on a first down.
Around the 35-yard line, handoff into the hands, and not much on it for Coaster as he got coasted on that carry to the original line of scrimmage. They may have given him a 1-yard loss on the left side.
Number 10, senior defensive back
Mason Bueller coming up with the stop. Under 10 to go here in the Stephen Gregory Rollo Insurance fourth quarter.
Some changes on the defensive line there. Ty Smithers coming out, Lewis Smith coming in. Is bringing up second and 11 for Teague.
Second down and 11 for the Lions here. Leha pump fakes once. Now throws, but he was out of bounds. They whistled that one dead. It was intercepted by New Waverly. The officials whistled it dead, though. I guess they're just going to let him play through it. I'm not sure why. Here comes New Waverly from left to right, still running with it. And this could take it to the house. 10-5, touchdown, New Waverly on an interception return. And I'm going to tell you what, Ed, I thought I heard the whistle and whistled that play dead. Maybe it was a fan whistling.
Yeah, I thought I heard a whistle, too. That's a pick six right there.
Pick six.
New Waverly right back in this football game.
Running it all the way back.
All right, what is transpiring? There's players all over the field. And
well, the officials are talking things over here with New Waverly. Like I said, I thought this thing was whistled dead. Yeah, it was.
It was whistled dead.
I was about to say, sorry, New Waverly fans. That was about the most boring interception return call I've ever had in my life, but it's because I thought the play was dead,
Yeah.
which it was. Boy, tough break there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think we're going to be at, with that having been whistled dead, are we going to be at third down here?
That's what they say at Baylor. Dylan Sha would know about that. It's third down. It's great to hear Dylan on our pregame, brought to you by Cabins and More of Texas. Pregame with Coach Schaub. Had a chance to catch up with Dylan. They're playing tomorrow. Baylor does. Tarleton.
It'll be third down, 11 to go.
Third and 11. They're just going to whistle that one dead because he stepped out just like we thought. So third and 11 here for the Teague Lions. Leha in the gun, passing the flats over the right side. Finds Harris. Harris has been that hot runner here, spinning around. And New Waverly's got to find a way to wrap him up. They finally do and slam him down for no gain on the play.
On that tackle, number 25, Hunter Henry, and number 28, Jackson Hathorn.
Hunter Henry and Jackson Hathorn coming up with a stop there. And that will bring up fourth down.
All right, Bulldog fans, get on your feet. It's fourth down. Let's cheer on that Bulldog defense.
It's fourth down. New Waverly fans making some noise here at Bulldog Stadium. The ball is on the 35-yard line, and a timeout is called by the Lions. Again, appreciate everybody joining us here tonight on the Bulldog Broadcast Network. Rob Hipp alongside Ed Watto. Ed, been a lot of fun so far tonight, and I wanted to say thank you, man, for being up here for a second season. Just love the effort and all the hard work that you do behind the scenes. We've got our crew, Nathan Height, here tonight, TJ Garrett back with us. We'll also have Michelle Cardenas and another young man named Ty Stutler joining us, too, a little bit later this year. So we're going to have a full-on crew. And as we do that, friends, we've got some big things that we want to do this year, expanding our coverage a little bit more. And it takes manpower to do that. And so on the nights that we're going to have that crew, we're hoping to get TJ down onto the field and maybe have some sideline stuff going on. So we really do want to step up the coverage. But, Ed, you're back here behind the scenes. You see what it takes to get these going sometimes. And, we do with four guys, we do a really good job. But it's not easy, man. You're not just flipping switches and saying, here we go.
Well, it's really an incredible effort by the three of you, TJ, Nathan, and you, Rob, to put this broadcast on. I just kind of show up and try to look cute, but it doesn't really happen.
You do a lot of hard work behind the scenes, though, following up with these guys. You bring a lot of great prep work in to give the fans insight as to what's happening and why it's happening, and that's appreciated, man.
Yeah, big fourth down for New Waverly here. Looks like they're going for it. Time for New Waverly to make something happen and try and keep themselves in this ballgame.
4th and 14, the ball rolls. Leha picks it up, rolls back to the 45, back to the 40, throw over. This one is incomplete, and it's a turnover on downs with 8:18 to go, and they'll take off a couple of seconds. 8:16 to go here in the Stephen Gregory Rollo Insurance fourth quarter.
That'll be a New Waverly Bulldog first down.
So, New Waverly, lots of good things that we've seen tonight. Lots of substitution. Carter Scarborough in at tight end with the offensive unit now. lots of good things that we've seen here. Lots of positives, but you're down 28-7. I think some disappointment in the special teams.
Okay, Garrett, a flag will fly here right before that one got underway. Maybe a false start and no gain on the play. It's a handoff to the back there, and we'll see. I think it was TD3 on the carry. I'm trying to see who that young man was.
But just to kind of stick with that, some disappointment in the special teams, but all things that can be built on, right? You've got 3 phases to this game. You've got really the key to the whole thing. These younger guys playing lots of special teams. You think about football as being 11 positions as they march off this penalty and remains first down. You think of offense and defense being 11 positions each, but you've really got 11 positions on all special teams.
5 yards.
Here we go as Cade Garrett will hand off. He has TD2 back there. Travis Davis a second, and he will push forward across the 40, still on his feet, keeping those big wheels turning, baby, across the 40 to the 41-yard line on the left side.
Yeah, just keeping that rugby scrum going forward. And so I think within the overall Bulldog team is focusing on the special teams. These guys that are just devoted to special teams or, that's their playing time. They've got to really find a way to hone their craft.
That was Travis Davis, the second, the ball carrier. Ed, we'll go ahead and keep things right here. Our coverage all season long presented by Walker County Federal Credit Union. They are your full-service community credit union. Whether you're looking for personal banking needs or commercial, they can take care of you. They're my friends. Give them a call. They're in Huntsville, one location, but they can serve folks here in New Waverly. Online app, resources, and much more. They have all the services the big banks have, and they'll treat you like a name, not a number. It's Walker County Federal Credit Union. Quick timeout there. Coach Schaub talking things over with the guys along with the staff. A couple of changes too. Coach Compton moving over to the OC, I believe, this year. And he's
Coach Compton, offensive line, doing a phenomenal job.
OL, yeah. Got my letters mixed up,
That's
Ed.
all right.
It'll bring up 3rd down and short here for New Waverly. Ball carrier, that's TD2 again. Couldn't tell there on the initial handoff. Regardless, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that play just looked like there was not much of a push there out of the offensive line. You get into game conditions, and it's a very different feel as New Waverly trying to get right back up to the line of scrimmage with Garrett in the gun and Hunter Henry behind him.
It's 4th down and 2, and a timeout is called here. 7:04 timeout called by New Waverly. We'll take it with them. Stay with us. More to come. This is New Waverly Bulldog football. The Bulldogs trailing 28-7 with 7 minutes to go here in the Oak Ridge Disciple House, 4th quarter. Or I beg your pardon, in the Rollo Insurance Stephen Gregory, 4th quarter. We'll be right back after this.
When it comes to insurance, it's not just about getting the lowest price. It's about having someone you can rely on when it matters most. Stephen Gregory, a proud New Waverly native, understands that better than anyone. Whether it's protecting your home, your business, or your health, Stephen and his team at Rollo Insurance are here to help. Located just north of the square in Huntsville at 1010 University Avenue, Stephen Gregory offers personalized service with deep local roots. Visit them online at rolloinsurance.com. Rollo Insurance, proudly supporting Bulldogs football. The 4th quarter is brought to you by Stephen Gregory, Rollo Insurance. Alongside Ed Watto, here's Rob Hipp.
Back at it, friends. 7 minutes to go here in the Stephen Gregory Rollo Insurance 4th quarter. Rob Hipp alongside Ed Watto here in the Hit Solutions broadcast booth. And it is 4th down, Ed, and about 2. New Waverly lining up like they're going to go for it here. Why not? You're trailing 28-7. I mean, you go back and take away the big plays, the 2 punt returns for a touchdown, the interception return for a touchdown, and we've got a tied ball game.
Absolutely. Big 4th down right now, though.
Cade Garrett in the gun, 2 receivers down to the right, 1 up top to the left. Here's a high snap, handoff. Hunter Henry, who just came back in. He'll lower his shoulder, and he's got enough for a 1st down on a 4th and 3. Still moving the pile forward. And how about that? Got initially stopped around the 49, needed 3, and he got about 8 or so, and eventually crossing that half-century mark to the 48-yard line of Teague.
Nice job by the offensive line, getting and maintaining that push. Hunter Henry coming in there and just continuing to drive those legs. Just got to continue to work your way down the field. You got 6 minutes, might as well try and get a score. But really enough time for 2 scores and getting back in the ball game.
2 receivers up top to the left, 1 down to the right is Reese. Here's a handoff to Henry, and Henry on a misdirection, nowhere to roll there, and he gets stopped back at the 50. So a 2-yard loss will bring up 2nd and 12.
By number 51,
and I think at this point, right, you got 2nd down, you're at midfield. Like, it's a good time. You're in a non-district game. Let's throw to some of these receivers. Let's target a Kenton Reese. Let's target the tight end, Brody Watto, or whether it's him or Carter Scarborough.
Well, here's a pass right here, Ed. Goes to Zane Sykes, and Sykes has enough for a McGill. Well, he's about a yard short. He got 11 of those 12 yards. Go ahead with that thought, though.
Absolutely. Get back on the ball. I think you just throw your way down the field now. I think a run play is a wasted play. Just look, you're just playing for respect now and trying to execute for later on in the year.
5:16 and ticking here in the Stephen Gregory Rollo Insurance 4th quarter. The handoff to the running back. It was from Cade Garrett to TD2, Travia Davis the second.
Tackled by number 77,
and he was not able to punch it there to get that first. It will remain 4th down and 1 to go.
Yeah, the only reason you call that is just if you're trying to get out of here and run the clock. I think you try and get some work in here. Again, getting a pass to Cade Garrett up to Zeke Barahale.
Jackson Hathorn is in now as the running back behind Garrett. Handoff to Hathorn. He skips to the Lou, has the first down. Needed 1, got 3. On that right hash mark to around the 36-yard line. That'll move the chains on a McGillberry Mechanical Heating and Cooling first down for the Bulldogs.
So you've got that fresh set of downs, 4 minutes. Again, try something that you've wanted to, that you've got installed.
Clock running. 4:16 and ticking. Take a licking and keep on ticking, Ed. First down and 10. Cade Garrett, fake the handoff, throw over left. This one's up, caught, intercepted. 20 back the other way, 30, 40 right side, 50, 45 to the left and down at the 40-yard line. And maybe a little extracurricular going on there at the end. Tough break there for Cade Garrett. Good interception, though. I think coming down with that ball and that pick was Corey Seiler.
Interception number 11.
No, it was not. It was
Zach
Leha. The quarterback getting the interception.
That pass to Zane Sykes, I really like that. That intermediate range. New Waverly really has been kind of in the very short or the long ball. I think that intermediate range, or even in the 5 to 7 yard range, really gives you a great opportunity to continue to move down the field if you can throw some run plays in there as New Waverly steps up to the defensive line.
Boy, there's a right guard over there. I didn't notice him for Teague, Ed. Kid looks like he's in the NFL. Here's a run. This one just lunging forward and about 15 yards for a first down to the 31-yard line. I can't believe I didn't spot that guy all. I'm talking 71. Look at this kid.
Yeah, they've got some really nice size across the offensive
Great
line.
young man out there. I was watching his play. I want to welcome everybody in, especially if you're a Teague fan. I know we broadcast for New Waverly. We always want visiting fans to feel welcome, so thanks for joining us here tonight on the Bulldog Nation Broadcast Network. You're a Teague fan. Your team's doing well. 28-7 under 4 to go here in the Rollo Insurance Stephen Gregory third quarter. From the 30, We'll hand off here on the right side, and the Bulldogs will bring the pack and slam them down from a loss of 1 on the play.
So not a lot doing there to that inside handoff.
Carrying the ball, number 13, Cliff Coleman.
Teague just at this point, under the 3 minutes,
Loss of a yard on the play,
I think
brings up
they're at
second
the point where they're just trying to run the clock and get out of here. But if you're New Waverly, you just got to keep playing. You can change the course of this game with one play.
$28-7, 2:30 to go here in the fourth. There's a handoff to Coaster. Coaster maybe 3 yards or so off that right hash mark. Just inside the 30 to around the 27,
On the
26.
tackle, number 26, Travia Davis. Running the ball is number 22, Nyland Coaster.
So they're brings up a 3rd down and about 8. Again, Teague just at this point trying to get this as this clock rolls under 2 minutes, run this thing down the field, and hopefully for them, they're trying to score, but New Waverly getting a stop, knocking that ball loose or anything that they can do.
It's 3rd down and 7 for Teague. Leha, plenty of time. Now he'll just throw this one over the right side. Kind of threw up a toss-up there. It was almost intercepted by New Waverly. A hand on there. Kenton Reese knocking it down, and 4th down here for the Teague Lions. 1:30 to go in the Stephen Gregory Rollo Insurance 4th quarter.
As this clock rolls under, actually we're stopped here, that incomplete pass at 1:30. New Waverly's got lots and lots of positives that they can build upon here. The defense is looking, has lots of positives that they've put forth tonight. Leha takes the ball up to the right-hand side of the formation. Flag on the play there. Not sure what that is.
May have been a little extracurricular. Helmet popped off.
Really way outside of the area of the play.
There's a flag on the field.
We'll have coverage all season long. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/SHN Sports. It's your home for New Waverly Bulldog football for a 2nd consecutive season. A lot of folks helping to make this broadcast possible. Appreciate all the generous support, especially that of Walker County Federal Credit Union this season for being our season presenting sponsor. We'll be back at it here, right back at home. How about 2 games to start the season at home this year? Orangefield makes their way to New Waverly. All games this year, by the way, 7 p.m. So we'll go on at 6:30, pregame, 7 o'clock. Kick right here on the Bulldog Nation Broadcast Network. And also, Ed, want to remind people, make sure you come by on Thursdays at 3:45 at the Fieldhouse. I know many of you have to work, but a really fun first coaches show with Coach Dylan Sha, and folks are welcome to come to that. I know many of you are at work at that time, but we chose that time because it's easiest for the coaches and for the students as well.
You mentioned the generous sponsors that are sponsoring our broadcast. We did get an additional sponsor tonight, McManus and Johnson Consulting Engineers. Joe Sherwin is a part of that, and we appreciate them very much. New quarterback in the game, Devin Wilson. Going to try and take this final drive up the field. I would expect some inside handoffs. Not sure who the running back is in there with him. Looks like it might be Hunter Henry.
Yeah, 1:23 as the clock is stopped right now. Teague kids still on their knees. Now they're going to go ahead and get this one going. They're going to move the ball forward. It was because of that unsportsmanlike penalty that they're moving this ball up.
So that penalty was after the play had ended, unsportsmanlike conduct. It will be New Waverly's football on the turnover on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 after the mark-off.
So turnover on downs, 12th possession here for New Waverly. They will start from around their own 10-yard line. Here's a handoff up the middle for a short gain.
Actually, I think he faked the handoff and kept that. New receivers in the game there. I see Dub Simmons coming in along with Leo Escobedo. And
I like that name, Leo Escobedo. It's a good young man out there. Love these kids in this community.
Of those other players.
It's got that ring to it, kind of like Watto.
Like Ed Watto.
Yeah. 50 seconds to go. New Waverly's got it here. Second down and a short 8. Over to the right side. A little bit of speed here. Turn it on for Tripp Egbert.
Ball carried by number 3, quarterback, senior Devin Wilson.
Oh, Devin Wilson.
You need some coffee,
Timeout
brother.
on the field.
Yeah, nice run by Devin Wilson there. This is where looks like there's an injured Teague player down on the field as the clock's down at 36 seconds.
Yeah, you hate to see that, especially this late in the game.
This late in the game and early in the season.
I think a lot of it, too, I said earlier, the blessing of the cloud cover earlier today and the rain is that it hasn't been as blistering hot as it has been. This week has actually been fairly cold compared to previous weeks, but it's still hot down in their field, this grass field. I want to give the coaching staff, Coach Sha, a shout out. He does such a wonderful job taking care of this field and the other folks that are involved with him, but if it's my understanding, he still mows the field. And he does such a phenomenal job taking care of this facility along with his other staff as well.
Yeah, the staff works their tails off. They're here early in the morning. They are here late at night, late in the evening. They mow the field, paint the field, wash the jerseys. It's in the state of Texas, being a football coach is really something different than anywhere else in the world. These guys are working their tails off from daylight till dark.
I wonder what that noise was, Ed. I'm sorry, man. 29 seconds to go. Here is New Waverly. Devin Wilson. The ball's fumbled. Wilson will try to fall back onto. I think Teague may have fell on it. Boy, I hope that went out of bounds, because if not, that's going to be Teague football, Ed.
Yeah, Devin Wilson there really should have just knocked that one out of bounds. Just trying to make a recovery, but the best thing to do is to knock that one forward out of bounds.
Kept hearing a noise. I thought it was like one of those noise shakers. It's actually the air conditioner behind us. It's on its last leg.
I've turned it down because the windows in here started to fog up. Maybe it's all the hot air.
Now down to 7 seconds on the clock. We appreciate you being with us tonight. And excited about I know, look, it's a tough one here tonight, but I'm always excited about Friday Night Lights and about this program. What Coach Schaub and the staff's done here, working with these young athletes. One more play here. Trying to run this one up the middle is Devin Wilson, and he will be stopped, and that will end the ball game. New Waverly got ahead early, but it was all Teague after that. And your final tonight from Bulldog Stadium, the Teague Lions 28, the New Waverly Bulldogs 7. We'll keep it tuned in here for just a few moments as we will have the Nelson Ameyas Collision Center post-game wrap-up. Ed and I will close this one out when we come back. We'll also have our player of the game. Make sure to stay with us. This is New Waverly Bulldog football on the Bulldog Broadcast Network. Stay with us, friends.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
The final whistle is blown. This chapter of the season has been written. Time now for the Nelson Ameyas Collision Center post-game wrap-up. Here's Rob Hipp.
tough one tonight here for your New Waverly Bulldogs. They came out, struck early, kind of took the first bite, led 7-0, but then it was all Teague Lions. And we will quickly go over to our, well, we're not going to go down the field. We'll do that one day. But Ed and I wanted to go over who we selected as the player of the game, and that will go to Kenton Reese. Reese had a good game here tonight as the receiver, the junior on this team. Defensive back, but plays wide receiver on the offensive side of the ball. It was an opportunity for New Waverly, and they got on the board first. It came on that third possession with 8 seconds in to the second quarter. A 4-yard touchdown pass from Cade Garrett to Kenton Reese, and that put the Bulldogs up first. Just not able to respond, but a great night for that young man and a teachable night here for these New Waverly Bulldogs, Ed.
Really nice job by Kenton Reese on that touchdown pass, making something out of nothing, as well as his job at playing cornerback. Really protected his side of the field in a very nice fashion. And I think for New Waverly, there's lots and lots of things to build on here this week in practice.
Well, friends, it was a tough one here tonight. We'll be back at it again coming up on – boy, my hat – man, it just feels like, everything's off tonight, man.
we're just off. We need practice.
Yeah,
we got to go run some sprints after
this.
Hey,
well, yeah, what was it, some endurance training?
We need to do a pursuit drill.
Yeah, the pursuit drill. We'll try to figure that out, Ed. But, man, hey, a good one here tonight, and appreciate folks for bearing with us through the first, half a quarter or so. But we got everything up and rolling, and, we just want to be able to highlight these student athletes and promote them at a high level and let them know that they're appreciated. They put in the hard work, and, I know as a fan, and we're fans, let's be honest, up here as broadcasters, we're fans of this team and this community and these young athletes. We want them to succeed. But, I'm still proud of them. Win or loss, you want your team to win, but even in a loss, you find some highlights, you find some key takeaways, and you try to grow and build upon that. And that's what Coach Schaub is going to do. You got a lot of veterans on this team now, and they're going to find a way to come together and be leaders and help this team even more so and build those leadership skills. You still got, quite a few games before you move into that district play. Orangefield coming up here next week at New Waverly, and then you go on the road for 2 games. And none of these games are gimmies. You're going to play Crockett, you're going to play Huntington, and then you'll get things, I believe, started, if I'm not mistaken, that district play gets underway with Warren. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you look at the scoreboard, you think one thing, right? It's that Teague got what they wanted out of this game. But really, it was better for New Waverly, but they clearly identified their weak spots. Special teams absolutely needs to work on their pursuit drills. Down by the end zone, they've got to manage the clock better, going in, and really got to have a better set of deciding on, in this situation, we really need a pass versus a run because we want to manage the clock. Or if we need to spike the football, we got to get up to the line of scrimmage very quickly. And all of those things need to be practiced. Everything that's happening. Tackling, we saw some opportunity, and I know that Coach Miller will work with his guys very stringently about, hey, because he wants sort of violence of action. He wants that aggression out of his guys, and they'll coach him up and get that.
I do like the balance that we saw tonight. The run was a little more on the, if you tilt it, the run a little bit more than the passing game. But I saw a little bit more balancing compared to what we saw last year, Ed. And this running game I still believe is going to be a staple. I saw a lot from Hunter Henry, a lot of just power from that young man. That I knew he had it. We saw what he did last year, but he seems like he's really built up his strength in this offseason. And then guys like Dylan Thomas, and thankfully Thomas was okay, just kind of got cramped up there for a little bit, sat out for a few minutes, came back into this ball game. I think in the coaches show we were talking, there's really 6 guys that you can put out there and run the football. So that backfield is really growing, and I think that's going to be a key highlight as the season moves on, is the importance of that run game. But then also Cade Garrett showed a little bit of promise. I know a couple of interceptions, but those are things that you learn from. But I'll tell you one thing, that young man can throw the football.
Absolutely. I think Cade Garrett, with his ability to roll right and roll left, I think there's a lot more pieces of the field, a lot more areas of the field that they can target. They just may need to be a little more directive of where they want him to go. in certain situations, or like this is your first look, this is your second look. Because I think he feels a couple of times like he's sort of running for his life, but he's not going to, a quarterback is never going to get as much time as they want. So that's an adjustment for him. He's a veteran now. He's been through a whole year of, his junior season. The other thing that's kind of cool, though, is you got Devin Wilson, who's running all these plays in this game. He's the second-string quarterback. But, he is viable in lots of different situations. So there's a lot of options here, lots of excitement. The coaches, I think, should come away with this, and the kids very excited, but double down on their efforts and recommitted to everything they're doing.
Well, Ed, thank you. First one in the books. Things only get better from here for the Bulldogs, for us up here in the booth, and for everybody. You did a phenomenal job, by the way, tonight. I had to step aside and kind of get some of the camera stuff going. Ed, don't beat yourself up. You did a great job, man. Appreciate you. And next Friday, just want to let folks know there's a really high probability that I will not be on the call next Friday. We will still have the broadcast. Nathan is still going to be here, and we'll have equipment set up. But we unfortunately had a tragic loss in the family, and so I have got to be down in San Antonio tomorrow or Friday because that's like a 4-hour drive, and the services are going to be on Saturday. And I'm going to be obviously involved in that service. And so, but everything will go good, and I'm only a phone call away, Ed, so y'all will do all right, man.
It's going to be rough without you.
Nah, it'll be all right. It's probably rough with me. I get in the way of things, man, especially on a night like tonight, man. So,
true professional.
Nah, 10 years ago maybe, but, as I get older, the brain starts slowing down a little bit, man. Well, friends, we appreciate all of you very much. Thanks for being with us. Such a joy and privilege to be sitting next to Ed Watto, Nathan Height, TJ Garrett, from our entire crew to yours and into your homes tonight. We love you, we thank you, and we appreciate you being a part of this broadcast. Not about us, it's about these student athletes. If you see them around town, tell them that they're doing a good job. Give them a pat on the back, and let this community know how much you support them, especially these young student athletes again here at New Waverly. Appreciate the generous support from Coach Schaub and all the staff here, Kevin Edney as well. Really helped me feel at home when I first got here to New Waverly. Forever grateful for him, and so many other great folks that are a part of this program that just make it what it is, Ed. Really do. Matt Register's another guy that reached out, and all those guys, so thankful because all together they ended up connecting me to you, and here we are, brother. Second year, and we're on the broadcast and looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
We'll be back at it. Make sure you join us as Orangefield comes to town next Friday. Before that, though, we will have the Bulldog Nation Coaches Show on Thursday. Come out to the field house at 3:45. We always interview a coach, try to get Coach Schaub, get a couple of players, and get some insight as we look back on this game with the coach next week, and then we look ahead to Friday's game versus Orangefield. Stay up to date right here on SHN Sports. Make sure to subscribe to our channel at youtube.com/SHN Sports. For Ed Watto, Nathan Height, TJ Garrett, and our entire crew, we bid you farewell tonight as I end every broadcast reminding you we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other, friends. Please provide that word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. One final time from New Waverly, Texas, good night, and God bless. We'll see you back at it. Until then, have a pleasant and wonderful evening. So long, everyone. See you, Ed. Thank you. Ed, you got to have the last comment. See you, Ed.
See you, Rob.